Hello.
I can hear
He
myself
was
on
just
screen.
doing a performance for us.
Thank God, I can't hear myself anymore.
We're doing the usual pre-show, making sure our voices are just calibrated correctly for the upcoming shenaniganery.
Shenaniganery? I think that might be my new favorite
Shenanigan-ganery.
word.
Yes, turn me up. Turn the Orin up. Nothing bad will happen.
Unfortunately, it was the pitch she turned up, so now you have to speak like this for the rest of the day.
Oh, that's why I never play woman voices. Woman characters. This is the only one I can make. It's fucking horrendous.
That's not a woman's voice. Oh no.
I got two differing opinions there. One immediately going, it's not that bad, and the other one going, please never do that again.
And that's why you never trust anyone.
As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure I won't.
How to kill someone's
Maybe.
confidence in 2 seconds by saying, please never do that again.
Look, I won't disagree that it wouldn't be hilarious. It could be.
Mhm,
I'm
mhm.
just saying that perhaps it's not worth the suffering. Also, just like the raw mental damage everybody would have inflicted from it, but you know.
Oh yeah, God, please don't do with punch in that voice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I do in fact
Oh,
believe that these
yes.
witches have weapons of mass destruction.
That George Brush?
No.
Wands of mass destruction?
Oh no.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Hope I regret showing up today. Yeah.
Yeah. Not off to a great start, guys, not gonna lie. I'm kidding, I'm kidding. Yeah.
Right. Recap time. Okay, so just a quick recap. Last time we started off with you guys having a fight with an ice maiden who seemed to be descending from the skies, landing near your ship on a flying ice block of some sorts, dealing out some damage here and there, ultimately halfway through the fight transforming, taking on a more fiery glaciery shape. And once defeated, she dispersed and left behind her only remains of her long dress and her fan and some belongings that revealed that she might have been some magistrate from the Northwatch Citadel. Leaving that behind, and Valentina having found herself a new evening gown for a fine dining event, you continue your exit throughout the icy river passage throughout the mountains and came to the other side, the western part of the continent, where you quickly scouted ahead to look out for where you could possibly find a suitable anchoring point. And after a half day's travel, you finally found somewhere where your ship wouldn't be taken away by the river while you left your crew behind for who knows how long at this point. The crews are counting your days, and you are counting the days as you continue your trek inland towards Peluna's last known memory of where the village might have been. Once arriving there, the well-known world tree that seems to have planted its roots in that part of the world, with an elven society living and thriving around it, had shattered by unknown circumstances and left behind splinters and a vanished crown top. Scavenging throughout the ruins of this world tree that has been shattered, you look for remains of what could tell Peluna about the fate of Peluna's people. It was only when taking contact with some seemingly local residents that you came to learn that the events that had destroyed the tree had unfolded nearly 1,000 years ago, if not even more, as the lineage of elves that have taken residency here have lived there for a long time and seem to have taken over the society, while small at this point, just living off the land the best way they could. During your conversation with this elven person, you came to learn that the Tyr's Crusaders have recently been here and asked for directions towards Breakpoint and have been given a general direction towards the north. Sensing some kind of urgency from Valentina, some desperation, Paluna found it necessary to approach to Valentina and mention her that her secret might need to no longer be a secret in this moment. After quickly acquiring some information about where Eredrin might be located, or at least a swamp nearby it, some argument and discussion broke out amongst the three of you. And as Valentina was about to open up about her somewhat unknown past to Lord Reginald, and that's where we left off, with Valentina about to disclose perhaps some of her more private details. The scene is yours. Continue as you want. Valentina, that's you. You're about to open up.
Ba, ba, ba. I'm sorry. Okay. I mean, I figured something was up, but yeah, okay. That makes sense. Sure.
All right. Now that we've both established that we all have established that both of you currently don't sit at the best point with the Paladins of Tyr. In general, maybe not fully trust them. Can we stop being so mistrustful of each other?
I mean, well, I know you guys like for a few days. Like, excuse me that I don't completely,
Oh no,
whatever it is you say.
I understand that, but we are going to risk our life and limb several times over these next days. We can't just go around believing we're untrustworthy to each other.
So far you haven't proven yourself untrustworthy, but keeping secrets is, that keeping secrets. I'm an open book. Ask me anything. What is it you would like to know?
Where does your whole beef with them stem from? As far as I can understand, your family did something?
Oh, I have no beef with the Paladins of Tyr, per se. It's just my family that I don't want. It's just that I don't want to see my family at this point. Huh? Well, they. I keep forgetting you guys don't know about my family, but they are, traders of magical items. We supply all sorts of services, magical of nature. You need your items identified. We're the best to do it, But, well, some of the family business isn't as tasteful as the other, We trade in magical artifacts, but the way these artifacts are procured is, let's say, not that nice. When I found out, I made a run for it. That's it.
At least, Valentina, it runs with the track record of most nobles being heinously evil that you seem to have scrounged up with.
Well, I assure you I'm no such thing.
I said most for a reason.
Thank you. But, yeah, so you see, no secrets from me. But
Can I
you, on the
Just
other
for
hand,
the sake of it, insight check you.
I
Yeah.
mean, go ahead and make an insight roll, and Reginald, you make a deception or a persuasion check to depending on what you want as an outcome.
7. I'm telling the truth.
Then Luna is going to believe you. Right, with everything more or less cleared.
No. Stop being so hasty, Paluna. I still have
Alright.
some questions.
With some things being cleared.
Why are the Paladins of Tyr going to Breakpoint? Do you have any idea? Is it true that there are vampires there? If you live there, you must have seen them.
I look expectantly to Valentina at this point, just like one eyebrow raised. I made.
What now?
I think you might as well just go the last distance,
Are you
Valentina.
saying you're a vampire? Oh dear. Oh. Wasn't expecting that one. Well. Oh. Well, you're not in Breakpoint. You see Reginald, like, he goes with his hands, like, feeling his neck, like, do I have, like, some bite marks? Like, just checking. I mean... Oh, this is all a bit unexpected.
I know, right?
I knew you were hiding something. That was obvious, but... This?
So, now I want you to ask yourself, Reginald. Do you see why she tries to keep it a secret?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, if you were, like, open about it and showed everyone that vampires are nothing to be scared of, then maybe this whole thing wouldn't have happened.
She would have been killed within a week.
No, I'm... Not necessarily, but... Why all the secrecy, you know? I mean, they must have a good reason, right? I don't know. Oh. I guess. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you told me, at least. See, now I feel much more inclined to trust you. So, of course. I don't see why I would do that. You seem not an evil creature, so...
Sure, and just as a reminder, Reginald, if you don't want the results to be revealed, you can always whisper them to me.
Let's do this.
He seems pretty honest in his statement. You see no hint of an intent to lie.
What a wonderful idea. Just great.
I assume you already
Now
knew
then,
then,
who's willing to go risk?
Poluna?
You know, when I got rescued out of a coffin in the middle of a cursed city in Darkhold, I was ready to throw most assumptions to the wind. I subsequently, within those 24 hours, met an avatar of an evil god, ruined city, cured the city, and had a rather long go-around to reevaluate the last bit of my life, having, I believed, before at least lost 30 years, but looks at the tree. I might have made a very mistaken assumption. So I was honestly ready to believe most things and question most things. Was I shocked that she was a vampire? Absolutely. But was I ready to call into question her entire way of life and that she's fundamentally possible to be a decent person? No. Seems foolish.
I agree with that notion. You seem like a fine person so far. Just don't bite me, okay? All right. We'll see what this whole situation with the Paladins of this. I'm sure we can figure it out, you know. I'm a very learned man. I'm open to most things, you know. Just don't like being lied to. That's it. Well, I don't see how we're gonna stop them. Tell you what.
Well,
it all makes sense now. Yes, thank you for filling me in. But to answer the unasked question, I don't think we, just the three of us, are able to stop the Paladins of Tyr in the conquest. So, if you want to do something about it, do you have any ideas of what you would like to do? Or?
Well, I have a suggestion, but Valentina's not gonna like it. I think that you said it yourself. There's a whole village of Dampier in the way. And we are free people. One of us is currently on the hunted list for the Paladins of Tyr. If we walk up to them, that's an army. We're gonna get turned into mush. I think my instincts say at least that if we were to follow such a thing, we'd want to scout from a safe distance, figure out what's going on, and, you know, take it meticulously. But on the other hand, there's the whole beer situation, where an innocent people, quite possibly very uninvolved, is, as far as I can tell, hunted, hurt, enslaved. I would prioritize those first. But I can understand that. Yes, but they have the means to defend. They have the means to defend themselves.
I'm sure we have more of a chance if we brought some reinforcements that are maybe that friend of yours, you know, and his people. They could help.
If this is an army, no amount of even reinforcement is really going to do much of a trick. I feel.
I'm sure they didn't send out the whole Tyr army. It's probably just.
Reginald, you are right. They couldn't have sent out the whole army of Tyr. Then they would be having a different problem elsewhere.
they have a conflict with the Last Stand Citadel as well, and they need obviously to defend the city. So I'm sure it's like a big scouting party or something like that. I wouldn't know, of course. I'm not privy to the finer details, but that would be my my take on it. Yeah, we could make I don't know, maybe make a stand against them, or maybe we talk it out, and
I don't know how
by
much
the
of
end
a
we're
fan
all
you are of
friends.
this.
I don't know.
I don't think you'd be much of a fan of this suggestion, but I would just sneak in and assassinate whoever's in charge in the middle of the night. I understand that's maybe a little uncomfortable considering your allegiances, but it seems like a general way to handle these kind of conflicts.
I don't think that would be a good idea, but I don't know. We can think on it more, How about we go save those friends of yours first? Well, ultimately, it's your call. I wouldn't want to impose my ideas. If you think we should go there first, we go there first.
I think a city as unknown and as mythical as Breakpoint is not just going to crumble because they find it. What did they say? A couple of days, right? At most?
We
At
also
most?
don't know how far Breakpoint is. Or do you know? Valentina, you're from here. You should know.
Make a perception check. You're fairly certain you're looking around and looking for mountain peaks that might have seemed familiar to you, but from this new point of view, looking at the mountain range that stretches far north and south, there are no peaks that seem to be the same that you've looked at before.
Well,
How
we know
about
it's
we...
north.
That means we have time.
Besides, even if they're moving a small scout party or an army, they have to move through a forest. That's not fast. If we push ourselves and I get a little aggressive with the pathfinding for the next bit, we should be able to make pretty good time in general. As soon as his people are safe. No, but there are a bunch of native forest dwellers. We just need to make sure the Coven's dead. Then we could direct them here and they should be fine.
Yeah, I mean, I could teleport them out. It's no big deal. I'm just saying.
What?
Oh, yes. Didn't I mention this to you? I haven't?
Oh,
Well,
hold on.
I can just send
Rewind
them
that
to Joaquin's Rest or Dear Sanctum. Somewhere safe,
That
Yes,
opens up some
yes.
possibilities.
Just let me know
I'm-
if that's something you would want,
I'm gonna have to think about that one.
Right, let's get moving, shall we? I mean, unless you want to stay around this dead tree, but don't think you're gonna find your answers at this point, Luna.
Oh, no, I'm not. I have a lot of introspective, hard, and definitely fun questions to ask myself, but that's at a later problem. I mean, at most I was more worried about the Coven of Hags and Witches. That remains, so original mission isn't gone, it's just I'm quite shocked that my people and everything I remembered is suddenly gone. The trees exploded and it is huge and giant, and how did this happen? You know, let's just get moving on.
Once all this business is settled, I'm quite keen to find out the mystery of this place, so we should probably return at some point.
Sounds great. Anyhow, when I start trotting towards where we were pointed towards the swamp, I take a moment to sort of set my internal navigation so I know which direction we're going, and then I will go fast. I will make an active effort to speed us up through the forest with my skills in survival and nature.
Alright, you're heading in a general western direction. That is very easy for you to keep track of because you know how you came in through the mountain pass and where you placed the boat and traveled directly north, found the tree, and now traveling directly west, more or less. So, you guys begin trekking in the general direction pointed to you by the local elf. Heading towards either a city or a swamp or a town or whatever lies ahead of you. The distance is estimated to be around 2 days by an elf who hasn't left this area for many years, if at all. And you keep trekking, and as you trek, the landscape changes. The skies become more cloudy and gloomy. The landscape begins to take on the effect of being in a constantly wet state, despite not a rain having passed you since you ever began this travel. You keep trekking through hill landscape and small patches of forest, and all in all, there is no line of sight for this supposed swamp landscape approaching. You're closing in on the end of the first day. It's time to set up camp. Where do you guys want to set camp in this setting?
If anything, somewhere sheltered and dry, yeah.
Alright. It's hard to find any patches of grass or rocky terrain that is completely dried off, regardless of if you're looking in the open terrain or within small patches of forest. You do manage to find a small indent into a hillside where you seem to be able to find some somewhat solid ground that's not too muddy to set up camp. Currently sheltering towards the direction that you're going. So you have no clear view from where you came, but have a clear view in the direction you're going.
Just a quick check. Is this some animal den or something? Any of you familiar with the wilds? I haven't been myself, but
I mean,
I know those creatures
so
tend to find
this-
like nice little holes like these. So
this place is called the Enchanted Forest, so, well, back there it was, I don't know what we call it out here. But I can take a look.
Make a survival check for me.
Oh, you want me to make one of these? I'm gonna do that.
Even though you have an insane modifier with all your things, you manage to roll even every time, and it still looks big. But just imagine the potential. So you're looking around. You recognize that this is definitely a den of some sort. It's not a very deep den. It seems to have provided shelter for some kind of animal. There are tufts of fur still attached to branches and the rocks underneath it where the animal might have chafed against at some point. There are no residual bones. And considering how natural dirt has covered these patches where some animal might have nested, you estimate it might have been some time since the animal has been here.
Well, it looks like it then. It doesn't seem like the animal's been here for a while. Can I identify what kind of animal it is we're talking about?
I would say make a survival and an animal handling check and take the average of that.
What does animal handling have to do with this?
With the animal?
I mean, can't nature be used?
Does nature cover animals as well? I would say most of nature is the forestry nature, like herbs and stuff, whereas animal handling is, have you actually been in contact with an animal and studied it before and understand its behavior? To the point that you would have handheld.
I thought survival was mostly the usual, find out what a thing is. Now I'm looking it up. I have to.
Alright, that's fair.
Your intelligence nature check measures your ability to recall lore about terrain, plants, and animals to weather natural cycles. And what is survival? Follow tracks, hunt wild game, guide your group through frozen wastelands, identify signs that owls, bears live nearby, predict the weather, avoid quicksand and natural hazards. So survival is more sort of like navigating the wild, where nature is more knowledge of the wild.
Okay.
Animal handling is how good you are at handling animals, as far as I understand it.
All right.
Isn't it?
Is your nature and survival the same?
No.
In terms of modifier? Okay, well, take survival and nature and take the average of that.
Oh, fuck.
So that's a solid 13.
Solid 13.
The fur is definitely brown, and you can think of a few animals that have brown fur within the natural selection of animals, like wild dogs, wolves of a different species, bears. But it's hard to pinpoint.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good bit of things. If we keep watch and, stay
We'll be
at
fine.
least a minimum of alert, we should be fine. I mean, this is
Of course,
nothing
of
new, it's
course.
nature.
Should probably make a fire as well. Oh, fire scares off animals, obviously.
Yeah, I'm a rogue. It's just my instinct to avoid anything that could give me away. Even a fire, even if it's clever. But yeah, let's make a fire. It's not a bad idea. It's a good idea. I'm just waffling. Go on.
Right.
I start
I'll let
setting
you
up
get
for
to
a fire.
it.
Well, go on. Worth a what now? This is about to just magic off Paluna's clothing, so he's just sitting there naked, like making a fire.
And as you try to channel the spell, you realize you don't have the component to cast the spell in this moment.
Bruh.
How lucky.
What component do you need?
Diamond dust worth 100 gold.
Well.
Well, what do you mean something is missing? You need things to cast spells? Don't you just like wave your hand, say some flabby words, and go like "Himala humala ha," and the magic happens?
You hear like a disgusted scoff from Lord Reginald as you say that. From the back, like.
Do you have an
Just take
alchemist kit?
multiple 100 diamonds, just like crushed.
Do you
to
have an
dust.
alchemist kit? Maybe if you had beer to cross the diamond between his massive pecs. I don't know.
You mean his butt
But-
cheeks?
Oh, butt cheeks. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You do the reverse. You turn from diamond into coal. Somehow.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Are you guys telling me that I've been like... What? What worth is magic if you can't just waggle your hands and things happen? Come on, you two!
Have you
I
not
thought the
not
whole
been
point
paying
of
attention to my lecture, Paluna? I sincerely went over all of this.
I mean, I was paying attention to your whole language lecture.
Yeah, I mean, don't you remember when I like tried to explain the alphabet and then I ended up
You were off-
explaining like chaos theory and how spells are designed and stuff like that, you know?
I must admit, Reginald, I kind of zoned out when you hit the integral of Arcanum. What was it? Integral of
Yeah.
Arcanum derivative, right? Like
That
at that
was the
point,
most
my brain
exciting
just
part of
clocked
the
over.
lecture. Oh, can't believe it.
Look, you're gonna have
My
to work on
Teletubbies.
it somehow. Look, we'll try again tonight, but I can't promise I can follow something so complex.
It's okay, it's okay. We'll try our ABCs again, it's fine.
I am nothing but an ignorant elf. Right, small beer? Look, I know how to read, I'm a courier, but it seems like a good opportunity to learn instead of, just absorbing everything through just witnessing it yourself. Never really had an academic education. What?
That sounded so disappointed. Oh, okay.
You can just see Paloon just saying that. Yeah. Right. Anyways, I'll do first watch. We can do some more. Small beer, you want to do some more language lessons over the campfire?
Oh, so now you remember
Now that-
that I'm here. Okay, I mean, I've been trying to trek behind you this entire time and just waiting to say something like, "Hey, Reginald, Valentina only buys people if they're named Kira."
Did you see Paloon just fall over?
Who's Kira?
Oh, so Kira was this. Kira. No, I'm walking on dirt. What?
Oh, it means you're in trouble.
So,
Priceless.
but how? I'm supposed to study with Reginald and Paluna and.
We'll do it
Let's-
next time. Just listen
We can
to
focus
it.
on the alphabet.
Okay. Oh, okay. You, no, I shouldn't say anything. Okay. So go. No, I shouldn't say anything. Oh.
Good night. Just before the dinner is even properly cooked and all that. That was quick.
Oh, did someone say dinner?
Yeah, let's have some before we go to sleep. important to sleep with a full belly.
Can I have some beer? I miss the strong thing that beer had, but if you have any on you, that will totally do as well.
Well, beer had all our beer.
Oh,
Yeah,
I miss
know.
beer.
So do
Both
I.
of them.
Yeah. Tell me a little bit more about this beer fellow if you want. Yeah, I'm quite curious to learn about him.
Oh, so beer is like me but bigger, and well, that doesn't help you, does it? Beer is big and blue, and he comes from the Feywild, and he has a massive axe, and he hits people really hard. This one time, some guard man tried to take me, and beer killed like 10 guards by himself. Well, the others were there as well, but they didn't do anything. And well, Paluna wasn't there. Valentino.
That sounds quite interesting.
Yeah. So I mean, if these Tyr's paladin, they don't stand a chance. And then
well, then we should free him for sure. And him, we will defeat him.
And beer can
surely
so much beer. And this one time, he told me about he had a bath with a guy named Lucian, and they were rubbing each other. I didn't quite understand it.
I think we're going off topic right now.
I see. Okay. Well, to each their own.
To each their own. Like a beer for each, and then they.
Yes.
Yeah,
something like that. Yeah.
I think the more important bit to answer your question, Lord Reginald, is that Beer was stout ally, knew his way around an axe, and had a hint of druidism about him.
Ah, interesting.
Oh yeah. He turns into a bear, and then I sleep with him. It's so fun, man. You should join us. Well, maybe only if Beer allows it. Probably shouldn't sneak up on him.
Well, I'm sure it's much nicer to sleep on a furry animal than on the muddy ground.
Oh, it's so nice.
Well, that's why you have a bedroll, isn't it?
What?
Yes, of course.
What? Okay.
I mean, also, if you want an alternative to the ground, you should try sleeping in the trees. Like, if you just get yourself wedged in right, surprisingly comfortable.
Yeah. I think I'll pass.
Yeah, this old man will break his bones if he falls from up there, and then we have to carry him, and honestly, I don't want to do that.
Didn't you see me jump around in combat the other day, Small Bear? I'm as nimble as it gets. Well, surely a little bit more stiff than I used to be, but I still get around.
Okay.
Oh?
Let's just say I've seen a lot of humans with less grey in their beard than you be much more stiff.
Thank you. I'll show you. Just wait.
Okay.
Paluna just starts like doing some of the more complex gymnastic shapes. I'm just like, are you sure about that?
I'll try to copy them.
All right. Well, both of you make
acrobatics
checks. Yeah.
All right.
From Lord Reginald, you definitely hear like a crack as he begins stretching.
I still got it.
Not bad, old man.
Thank you. Think I pulled a muscle somewhere. Time to go rest.
Valentina should cast one of those spells on him that makes him feel good. But I don't want to wake her up. I think she might bite me if I do.
Yeah, let's sleeping Valentina's lie. Seems like a solid idea.
Yeah. So, thank you for the food, Paluna. It was really lovely. Yeah, I'm gonna go to sleep. You guys have fun.
I'll take the first watch.
All right. Lord Reginald, anything before you hit the sack?
No. Question mark? No.
Okay. No fireball, just to
Yeah,
to
just
fireball.
I sneak up to Valentina. Fireball.
Fireball. I was more so thinking just into the dark, just like fireballs into the sky. No.
I still have some spell slots left, guys. Just
Yeah.
hold on a sec.
Gotta make it a wizard rule that whenever you have spell slots remaining, you gotta.
You just gotta launch a bunch of fireballs into the sky.
Yeah, otherwise it's gonna be pent up energy within you, and we can't have that. Yeah.
Oh, damn. I'm gonna
That sounds like a
combust.
sorcerer rule.
That's what happened to Kamir. He didn't let out the fireball in time.
Yeah.
Anyway. So, Paluna, during your watch, I would like for you to make a perception check.
Would you now?
Yeah, maybe.
I can do that.
Oh, I guess that's just above average. Slightly, maybe.
Just a little. I mean, okay, it is a 17. Let's be honest here. That is pretty. That is a pretty good rule baseline.
You're very concentrating, looking into the darkness ahead of you in the direction you're heading. And then it strikes you. You have encountered something similar like this before. No animal sounds. Nothing. No birds. No howls in the night from any night creatures hunting. Nothing. It has been quiet throughout your entire trek. You see nothing that approaches. Nothing.
Paluna is going to change his magical outfit to be something that blends really well with the forest and darkness, and is going to start scouting around stealthily, doing his best to see if there are any animals about, or
like how far are we talking? Are we talking like a few kilometers away from camp, or like just a few hundred meters,
like,
or like a circle around the camp?
A circle around the camp of a 50 to 100 meters, and Paluna will legitimately be slow, methodical, and stealthy about scouting around.
Make a stealth check with advantage because Gila suit. Yeah. And second.
Oh no, I rolled average and below average.
Make an investigation check mixed with a survival check for me. Okay. Looking around, you find what seems to be footprints in this sort of swampy, wet terrain, heading in the same direction that you're heading with your current party.
It's not our footprint, is it?
It is not your footprint. Maybe if Beer was traveling with you, they could suit his shoe size, but this creature also seems to be walking on all four.
I'll begin. I'll mentally make a note of where the footprints are, and I'll travel back to camp.
All right. Anything while you're at camp? Anything you do?
I'm debating if I should
night?
wake everybody up. How long has it been by now?
You sit at camp waiting a few minutes. You hear nothing. You see nothing. 10 minutes passes. Nothing happens. Not a single sound.
I am going to wake up Valentina, being the only other real. Well, I wouldn't say she's more of a creature of the night than I am, but we both do this scouting shtick. Yo, Valentina. sorry to wake you up early, but I think we're being followed. I have no idea, but I might need you to take a temporary watch while I go find out what's leaving tracks. Look, listen. And I just shut up for a moment. There's no sound. No sounds of forest, no sounds of nature. A place like this should be chirping with life. There should be something out there, right? Anything. But it's dead quiet.
Make a perception check. You pause for a moment. Both you and Paluna looking around. Both of you at the same time hear something set off from the ground in your direction, screaming, "I got you! Did I win, Paluna?" I got bored. But no,
There's
that
nothing.
was me. I wanted to see if the tricks Paluna had taught me would work out, and
Well, that they did. That's not the problem, though. Yeah, I found tracks.
wait, there is something else out there.
Definitely.
Oh, but I saw Paluna walk off, and I followed, and I thought, did I?
No, you did good. I didn't spot you. That means we're both safe. You two, stay together. I need to go investigate. It looked... Well, the tracks were certainly too big to be yours. Not one of ours.
Oh.
Both of you stay here. True.
I won't wander off. Maybe.
But both of you, stay on alert.
Okay.
I'll be back when I track this down. And if I hit an emergency, I'll send a message and start running for my dear life. I'm going to go full tracking mode.
All right.
And find the tracks from before as best as I can and just follow to wherever they lead. With, again, stealth of a hunter and all that.
Mm-hmm. Using your previous roles, you quickly navigated back to the tracks, and as you follow them, they seem to have curved up towards the hill where you guys have set up camp, but then have curved back off again, heading past you, and in the general direction that you might be heading the next day.
I mean, unless it starts taking me, unless I start getting hours away from camp, I'll stay following. And I will try to be quite aware if the sounds of the forest pick up again.
As you keep following these tracks, I would like for you to make a wisdom saving throw for me. You're stealthily about it. You make your way following these tracks alongside them. You don't see any signs of the creature, and you're fairly certain the tracks are still leading several meters ahead of you. In that moment, a searing headache, and you begin to see images of the tree from before the splintering, but when you were
Was
in the village.
this a charm?
No.
Oh, no, sorry, that was the wrong one. Check, because I have saving advantage against being charmed.
From your elven thing.
Yeah.
But no, this is not a charm. You begin to see images of the tree with the before is shattering, with the image of the tree shattered, overlapping, flashing back and forth, and above the tree you see eyes. Multiple eyes in the sky, glaring down at the tree. And then it ends. Just a brief moment of these images and a stirring headache. But you collect yourself. Do you continue tracing these steps, or do you head back to camp?
I take my necklace and whisper into it, Valentina, we've got something very wrong in this area. I'm heading back. And then I immediately start tracing my way back to camp.
All right. All right. Poluna, please make a stealth check for me. Making your way back.
Do I have the advantage or not?
You do.
It says rolling the dice. 23.
All right.
I think legitimately my average on my stealth checks is like...
Average.
It's like 9
Hmm.
on the dice.
But when making your way back to the camp, you notice that Valentina has not noticed you.
I'm back. Just pop up beside her. It's what I do. Just a vision. The kind that makes you turn around. Yeah, I saw it. Like the tree. You know, the big one, begging its former glory, but eyes of... Was it the kind of eyes I see in my dreams?
Very much so.
But eyes, the kind of which I've seen only in my dreams, staring down. I understand that I might not be the most religiously inclined person these days, but I know an omen when I see one. Everybody's gonna need to be fresh for this one. No. Well, it was when I saw them when I was awake out there that I started getting scared. That's worrying. I'll file that away mentally for later. I'll just act like I did not hear that you're talking with your god on a regular basis. You're a cleric, it makes sense, definitely. Right, yes. Anyhow, with the giant eyes of Omen? Yes. But here we are. Sometimes the only way to get things moving is to force the hand of fate. If you take a full watch from here, I'll sleep through it. Or do you need some sleep as well? Okay. I also just Smoldy, are you there?
What? Huh?
Sleep well, buddy. Sleep well.
Oh,
Everything's fine.
You woke me up just to say, oh, okay.
I nod to Valentina and then I creep off to bed.
All right. Luna, after falling asleep, you find yourself in a familiar space.
Oh, ha ha! Very funny dream. Poluna just starts shouting immediately.
You hear the echoing throughout this entire space. Ha ha! Very funny dream. Ha 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 ha! Funny dream.
Yeah, get it out of your system. I know you're there. I look at the eyes. Go on! Gonna do this. Gonna be big, scary, spooky, and omeny. Hanging up there. Couldn't you just have left this for the dream world and kept it out of this? Nah.
Words echo
not answering
throughout
back.
this massive area. You just hear the echoes of your own voice bouncing on the ships. The crews muttering between themselves, seeming not taking notice on the few ships that you have managed to reassemble through your luck.
Is that a not so subtle hint for me to flip a coin?
You feel the coin in your hand. You definitely had the opportunity to do so.
I'm gonna pack it away. No. This is my time to do things.
Alright. You find yourself
This time, I
Then you
make the
have-
choices.
that you have the ability to walk around in your dream. The last time you stepped on top of the front end of a ship and looked throughout to see if the figure above you was mimicking still and what else was lurking below aside the sharks would take notice of it. This time you're still finding yourself on a watery surface. But nothing seems to have changed from the usual. Looking down you see the sharks circulating. Once in a while you swear you see the eyes open up, blinking, shutting down again, and looking up you still see the figure mimicking your movements.
I'm watching the eyes for the entire dream.
Alright.
Poluna is he's gazing at the abyss, daring it to gaze back. Doing his best to be the ominous guy, but probably failing because the man doesn't have charisma.
Alright. You use whatever time you have within this space to look at the eyes. And time passes. And the dream ends. Lord Reginald,
Yeah.
you find yourself in a familiar space on this massive round platform chained to a large golden pillar held by some statue, and on the other side of the pillar another golden platform where you find your brother in his familiar pajamas sitting on the platform, weighing equally to you in fine balance. Dorian sitting there.
Hello, brother.
Reginald, hi. Yeah, hi.
Why
Why
here?
are you my dream?
Oh, this is my dream.
No, I'm fairly certain this is my dream.
Oh, it is my dream.
No. Oh, it's my dream.
Fine, it's your dream.
Thank you.
What
As
am I
always.
doing in your dream?
No, what do you... What? Huh.
Have you been here before?
Yeah. Quite often, actually. Whenever I have some deep contemplation of my choices in life, I seem to find myself in this place just thinking. This is the first time, though, that I've seen someone on the other side.
Really?
Yeah.
I've only seen people on the other side. I've never been alone.
Huh.
Interesting.
Interesting.
What were you thinking about made you come here?
Well, I was thinking about you. Usually, when you visit me, it's just about knickknacks, what can enhance your leisurely life experience. But you had the encounter with those ruffians outside the shop.
Yes, it was very unfortunate. I could have used some help.
I was watching, you know.
Oh, sure, you were gonna let them beat me up?
Well, I mean,
Then you would save me, like the noble hero you are?
I get the point. I probably wouldn't. I was more so
Yes.
hoping for a show, but
Oh, you got one, didn't you?
oh yeah. Fine tactics, actually. Yeah.
Hey.
I wishes you always keep his distance. That's where you've been kinder opposite of tradition. I think you seem to
Well,
throw yourself
Yes,
in
I'm
there.
a bit opposite to anything
well-
our family does these days.
Yeah. First and foremost, you're human. That's.
That's a no-blow, Dorian. You know that?
Yeah. Yes. Sorry.
So, how is the family business of killing innocent people and
Huh?
using them to get artifacts?
I mean, what?
Oh, come on, Dorian, don't play dumb.
Oh no, I'm not. So, I mean, I know a family hunts adventurers and take their artifacts from them. I mean, that's the deal of adventuring, right? You claim your treasures, and then they have me assessed to some degree if they might be worth anything, or they have someone else from the family assess.
Can I do an inside check?
Make an insight check. You don't necessarily sense a refutal of your statement, but you don't necessarily seem to catch any understanding of it.
Guess you don't know. Figures.
I think you have to be a bit more specific. I know quite a few things. I mean,
Oh,
I
you
do.
should go back to the family home, dear Sanct. Snoop around a little bit. Go to the crypts. Maybe hide yourself a little bit and see what they are really up to there. Then report back to me.
Huh.
You'll see.
That's a curious statement. You see him assessing you for a bit and taking his time digesting what you have suggested. They didn't really approve me of home. That's why I've been, stationed at a
Just don't tell
offside.
them you are back. Just don't you know, like a simple disguise spell? Or are you really that useless as ever?
No,
thinks you are?
that's a low blow. I
I
don't
know.
work
I'm
hard.
sorry. I'm sorry.
But
Just go do it, okay? And just meet me back here when you do.
make a persuasion check for me.
12.
He stands there and once again assesses the situation. Make a religion check for me.
26.
Okay.
As he's standing there assessing you and trying to tune your words, as he doesn't seem to think that he's caught you in a lie, the platform shifts slightly in your favor. All right.
You know why it does that?
I can only, I imagine that whoever has I don't know, I've been here by myself and I can only guess that it's a scale, so it weighs things. But I've always been alone in here and weighing it down. This is the first time I've met on a equal level with someone, and certainly the first time that I've been higher than the other end.
Interesting. I'll have to do some more research on this. Good day. Just go do the thing, okay?
Well, normally I just wake up from these things. How do...
It tries to wake up.
You see him begins to draw a familiar sign to you in the air, which resembles the teleport spell you've seen other family members use. That just seems to be quite out of your reach until recently. He casts a spell and he disappears on sight. And you find yourself in the space alone, and the way slowly tilting even more so in your favor until it hits the bottom. Doom. But you're still within the dream.
Just look around, see anything.
Looking around, it is just endless, wide, in all directions. Where you would imagine that would be blinding, it's just a calming white light in all directions.
I'll shoot a little fire bolt to see if there's like walls or anything, or if it just keeps going.
How far does a firebolt shoot? 120 or 60 or?
120.
120. You hear the impact of the firebolt exploding against the wall. But you don't see any mark that is left behind.
So, confined space. Interesting. I'll try to launch one on the ground that I assume is also white.
Looking over the platform, shooting downwards. It explodes against something. Yeah.
Can I see Can I see it make an impact?
You see no marks from the impact. No.
Okay. But can I estimate how far it would have traveled?
Make an insight check or an arcana check.
Arcana, Batman.
You have a rough estimate of how long time it takes for your firebolt to travel before it disperses into thin air. You estimate it's about 60 or 70 feet down.
A bit. What it jumped down. I'll just dangle my leg over the edge of the platform and just wait. Just cozily sit there.
As you sit down, your platform begins to shoot up in the air at a rapid speed. And your entire platform begins dangling from side to side. I need you to make an acrobatics check for me.
Oh.
You manage to hold yourself still without even sliding off the edge. You just hold yourself still, and from below you hear, welcome back. It's, watch yourself. It's,
why are you here again?
For the same reason. You're here, I guess, contemplating things, right? So have you thought about my, the offer to have the offer?
I reply.
But, well, the offer still stands, even though you might refuse. But just keep in mind, it is a pretty good offer, and we really just want to sanction the best, you know? And,
Yes, you say this, but have you thought about other people? I've heard there's some fine people.
I think of other people all the time. I mean, we have our daily mass where we pray together and bless the people of Church.
I've been there many times. I know of these things, but
yes.
Have you considered that? Your actions, they could hurt other people, undeserving people, innocent people, even though it would benefit Tearsang.
I mean, we are the good in the world. We balance out the evil, and so
What if the thing you think you're balancing out is not evil? That mean you some good?
So what, Reginald? I need listen, okay? It's complicated. It's very complicated. The world is
I understand it's complicated.
complicated.
I think you're just a bit blinded by your faith in that what you're doing is in fact the only righteous thing to
Okay, Reginald, let me impose this question to you. Have you lived your life thinking you did what was best for yourself?
Yes.
And have you been content with that till now?
No.
Why not? Have you not dabbled in fine
because
wine
I
and
didn't
dining?
do anything good for other people. I only did good for myself. I didn't add anything positive to this world. I only
But if you
took and
joined
took
the
and took.
crusade, you could turn that around.
Well, you say that these people are evil, but I met one and they
You met
aren't
one?
evil.
You see his expression turns slightly different. Can't quite
Yes.
pinpoint.
Well,
You met. Explain. How does this person behave? Are they feral, like they say? Are they?
no, of course not. They're just perfectly normal.
Oh, Reginald, you kid yourself. They're savages. They defile the normal meaning of life and death. They
Then
live
how
beyond
am I still
God's-
alive? I've traveled with this person for days now,
They
unknowing that they
probably,
were a vampire.
they probably have other intents with you. Surely they're not in a favorable position to do what they want with you right now. But once they have you at a position where they might outnumber you, Reginald, all your secrets will fall into their hands. You should return home before that happens.
I won't. I think you're just blinded by your ambition, your fate. It's not okay.
I'll keep an
Not
eye
gonna
out
help
on
you.
you, Reginald. I'll keep an eye out.
It's fine.
Watch yourself and that little friend. And then the dream ends. Valentina,
Yeah.
what do you do during your shift?
I just try to keep alert, look around, and worry about that creature that might be out there. Not much else.
All right. Your shift comes to a close without any disturbances. Do you wake anyone up to continue your own rest, to complete a long rest, or do you trek through the next day without doing so?
How long has it been at this point?
Pulum was halfway through their shift before they woke you up. So you need another 2 hours or so to finish.
So can I wait until he's had 4 hours,
Damn.
and then I can sleep another 2 hours?
You can certainly wake Pulun up. He will have completed 4 hours once your shift ends, which it has.
Alright.
So,
Then I will wake him up.
alright. Puluna, you're awoken by Valentina.
Good day, Valentina. Well, night.
Do you feel rested?
Well, I feel rested, but that's like saying that I'm dreamed again, the eyes are still there.
You dreamed of the ice again?
Well, the usual dream. The eyes are just always in the dream. You know how it goes.
How strange. And somehow these eyes must be connected to your tree.
at, or wherever we're going,
Yes.
which is a different kind of ominous.
Indeed. Well, I haven't seen or heard anything else. I will try to get a couple more hours in.
Good idea.
Then I'll head to bed.
I'll take the rest. I'll watch until dawn.
All right. Valentina goes to rest. Luna, throughout your shift, nothing seems to happen even as the sun begins to dawn, the sky above you, lighting up the nearby surroundings and once again reaffirming you there is in fact nothing around you. Valentina.
Yeah.
In your dreams, you find yourself in a familiar space before the kneeling figure before you, chained up to the pillars around him in these seemingly black and golden marble halls. Child, have you returned? Have you returned to Breakpoint?
I'm on my way. But so is the crusade. Paladins of Tyr.
The Crusade. Paladins of Tyr.
Coming for the vampires.
The kid. The kid plays again.
Who's the kid?
I need you to return and offer up what you have consumed.
To whom?
My creations cannot succumb to this fate. Find me.
I'll find you.
The dream ends. And you all complete a long rest. Ah.
Yay!
Hey! Whoop-dee-doo.
A new day starts. Paluna sitting there at the campfire, and you slowly begin to see life spring into Valentina and Reginald next to you.
I slowly wake them both up, just like a light tap. And approximately where I saw Small Beer go to sleep, I will do that too, around that place.
As you tap around to find his body, you find him. He's just rolling slightly around. Good morning, Paluna.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
We
We better get going fast.
No, we need to talk first.
Okay.
We need to have a little bit of an intelligence meeting over breakfast.
Okay.
What you cooking? Nice.
Well, so, show of hands, who here has potentially ominous dreams? I just sort of put my own up. Now, I'm sure you're asking, what does he mean with ominous dreams? Well, your dear friend Paluna here has over the last little while been stuck at sea, having weird things happen in his dreams, and one of these is a set of ominous eyes. Now, last night I noticed that there was nothing out here. No sound, no forest, no nature, no birds chirping, no ants scuttling, no nothing. That is not how forests operate. They don't get this quiet. So I went to investigate while you all were sleeping, took a little short trip around, found some tracks. Now I woke Valentina up and she kept watch for a bit while I pursued those tracks down. And what would you know? I go some distance that way. Paluna pointed the direction he ended up going, just sort of ballpoint parking it, not being completely sure. I get a splitting headache and see some eyes in the sky. I just want everybody to be on their tiptoes. We're getting into creepy territory. Generally, I prefer that whatever's in my dreams stay in my dreams, but not this time, clearly.
Yeah.
Everybody got that?
Use.
Got it.
But sure. So, what do you want to do? Those eyes?
Well, I suggest that we do what every brave adventurer go feet first into the problem and see what happens.
Luna, do you know what these eyes you're seeing are attached to?
I have no idea.
Okay. Because you are not very, shall we say, religious, are you?
No,
But
you could say that. All I have is this lucky coin from Tamora.
Mora.
I flip out, well, not from Tamora, but for her face from back in my courier days, but it's been kind of hard staying religious with all the recent revelations that seem to come around at a breakneck pace. So, I'm just saying, stay sharp, because I'm going to lead you to trail the tracks I found, and we might find something we really didn't want to find.
Okay.
well, then let's not do that. If we don't want to find it.
We
Well,
have
there's only
no other
ever one
option.
way to go forward.
Speaking of dreams, I talked to my god last night. And
Speak to your god directly. Oh, how interesting.
yes. And he
Who's your
wants
god?
me to. I lift up my necklace. I'm sure you haven't heard of him. His name is Arkham.
Arkin. Would I have heard of this, Mr. DM?
Make a history check.
9!
Only through brief mentions of within your family that the name Arkham and some deranged author that may have started this whole crusade thing towards the vampire, but nothing in context of what Arkham might be in relation to all this.
Not that familiar, but very cool, yeah. So, what did he say? Sorry for interrupting you.
He said I have to get the breakpoint.
To do?
To
So-
help the vampires. He said something about
Yes.
about giving up or offer up what I have consumed, my artifact. Maybe he wants me just to help him fight. I told him about the crusade, and well, this is not the first time he's mentioned that I should go to Breakpoint, and I just feel
Are you sure
I'm in a hurry.
he doesn't want you to offer up yourself? The way you said offer up, that sounds kind of ominous. I mean, I don't know what kind of god he is, but
He has only helped me. When I was weak, he helped me. When I got turned into a Dhampir, he helped me. He's helped me with lending his strength and my powers, and now he needs me to go help the vampires.
alright. And we shall do that once we free your friend Bear. Right?
Yes. I hope we find him quickly.
I'm sure we will. How hard can it be to find a big blue fellow? I'm sure he will stand out amongst any crowd.
Well, considering his people apparently is hunters from the Feywilds, living off the wilds, I actually think that might be a challenge.
Oh,
Well, either way, we have no time to waste, and we should get going.
all right.
Can't really argue with that.
Let's go.
So, as we wrap up breakfast, make sure everybody's fed, I will lead everyone to the tracks I found and start following them.
All right. Beginning the trek of the early morning in the direction that you estimate is the direction towards either the swamp or the forest. You begin walking. I would like for Paluna and Valentina to make perception checks for me.
Birdie.
Yeah.
So what is it you're trying to hide from me, Mr. DM?
He sees everything.
Valentina, moving throughout the area, you definitely notice that the ground becomes more swampy. Your feet begin to sink into the ground and water begins to rise where you've set your foot. And the terrain begins to shift from being grassy to mossy. Paluna, as you keep walking, and you definitely notice the same thing, but you don't know how to look for it. That's just your passive perception kicking in. You walk through this area, and you swear you see protrusions of somewhat buried skulls and bones sticking out. And you swear at one point you see a part of a bone being slowly dragged into the ground.
Guys?
Yeah?
I try and actively grab or find one of these protrusion of bone and sort of pull it out for everyone to see.
Pull out a large femur bone. It is
Ew.
covered in mud and moss and some kind of slime.
Ew.
We may be
Get
about
away.
to bump into some. We might be about to have our first problem. Can I
Hopefully we're on the
try
right
to
path.
identify what this is?
It's a bone. No,
No, but
make a nature check for me. Could be human, could be elf, could be humanoid, could be medium-sized creature, could be a bird. No, too heavy to be a bird. Yeah, so somewhere medium-sized creature. Yeah.
Well, not exactly sure who this is, but
Why don't we just leave that behind and keep our eyes peeled and keep walking?
I'd swap into ghillie clothing again and go I'll just scout on a bit ahead and just a little bit ahead. You guys okay with that?
Yeah.
You sure that's a wise decision? Shouldn't
Well,
we?
it reduces the danger. If all of us get ambushed, this reduces that danger. To just, hopefully me being ambushed.
You hope to get ambushed? I don't
It's
understand.
okay,
but
Lord
fine,
Reginald.
go
He's
ahead.
pretty good at staying hidden.
Okay, just go. Just
I will try to stealthily scout ahead. Every once in a while, giving them direction by necklace and going in a direction, but trying to be a bit ahead and scouting out.
All right. You stay like a solid few meters ahead. What, 10, 30, 50, 100? How far ahead are you planning to?
Like 20 meters or so.
All right.
Just
stay
far
within
enough ahead to
earsight.
detect an ambush.
All right.
Yeah.
As you walk
But
through
I'm
this,
also trying to be somewhat stealthy. So this
All
is
right.
not your like lightning rod. It's more like, oh, if someone's in an ambush position, I will hopefully see them first and they won't discover me.
all right, make a stealth check for me.
Yeah.
Damn.
Come again?
You disappear from existence.
You turn into fog. What?
Luna
As you
6
walk-
going dark.
As you walk ahead, your footsteps almost disappear, even though it's swampy and watery. The moment, the current area you're walking through, the environment is what I'm trying to say. Hi, my name is Mickey, and you keep walking, and you start to notice that several bony protrusions are poking out through the ground in all directions of you. And you notice a half-buried bear, where the top part of the bear's back is pried open, with bones visible, almost cleanly picked, with fur still on his head and his backside, half buried into the swamp, and it seems to be slowly sinking. And then you notice, despite the muddy terrain, a wide branch-looking structure rise from the swamp, wrap itself around this carcass of a bear, and pull it further into the swamp.
A white branch-looking structure, you say?
Hmm.
Indeed. Extra humst.
Walking further through the swamp.
Can I...
Hmm?
I don't have any recollection of what this kind of white branch might be.
No.
I mean, I guess I'll keep guiding us ahead. Be very wary of white tree-looking things.
And as you say that, you begin to notice dead trees beginning to appear in the distance. Fairly greyish white trees that seem to be the only things extending from this mud in this area, aside from bony protrusions and semi-decomposed carcasses of various things that have made their way through this area. But as you keep walking, nothing seems to be directly targeting you in any way. And then that's when you hear from far away this vague rumbling. But nothing seems to be immediately happening around you.
You guys heard that?
Have we caught up to where Balloon is?
Balloon stops for a moment and you guys manage to catch up with him. He asks this question, and
Did we hear that?
while Reginald doesn't, Valentina does.
Yes. What's that?
I have no idea, but it was something big. Yeah, I mean, nothing for us but to continue on, I guess.
Can't wait to be out of this swampy mud.
Swamp. Look around. It's not a swamp, it's a graveyard. Everything here is dying. If anything, this would be a necromancer's wet dream.
Huh? What?
Look at it.
Wet dream?
Never mind.
Got them.
keep
I
trekking
will
ahead.
resume prior status of Scoutman.
All right. Making your way further into the landscape. The landscape seems to continue in its wet, swampy-looking state with a few white and greyish trees here and there. And after a few hours of travel in this slow, muddy landscape, colorful trees begin to appear in the distance. Not clusters or a small forest patch, but just one tree that very much resembles the white one, but it has taken on leaves of various colors: green, red, orange, slight tint of purple in some of them, slowly having regrown a crown around them. And then again you hear the more audible this time from further ahead of you. Much further still.
Well, there's the tree that's eating all the bones, I think.
You think the tree is eating bones?
Well, haven't you been seeing it? It's been dragging... I think it's what's dragging all the corpses down into the dirt and the mud and all around. Is it...
Maybe.
This?
Those look quite out of place.
Too fast for a tree.
Let's get closer.
Are you sure you don't want to go further around?
What do you mean?
Why would you want to go there?
Exactly, like just
Looks a bit
circle around.
dangerous.
Is it like a big clearing?
It is just somewhat healthy looking tree standing in the swamp, and then a few more appearing in the background. Seems to be a few hundred meters in between each, and they seem to be spreading out in the distance as well on both your left and right side in the direction that you're heading.
Maybe we're
How about
maybe we're
I
getting
set
close to
my...
Erdrin.
You think so?
I mean, these trees, they look different from the swamp.
How about I send my little friend here in to investigate? I can see through his eyes. I can get right up to one of those trees and see what's there. And if something were to happen to him, I'll just summon him tomorrow again.
Okay.
Idea.
Alright. I'll send out my familiar
Hmm.
towards one of those trees, and I'll go into his little head, into his eyes. I'll watch through him.
I will watch what is happening to the familiar using my helmet of Farsight when it comes to that range.
All right. The cat makes its way through the swamp, approaching the tree. And in that moment, Reginald, you lose connection to your cat. And Paluna, you see the cat just vanishes from sight.
Oh, that was
Well-
all so sudden. What happened? Didn't even see it.
It just disappeared? Like, little over there?
I mean,
sort
I
of
was
walk
there.
up-
I saw
I-
it.
I walk up to the spot where it disappeared and, like, sort of take a step further. Like, right here, right?
All right. Make
Oh,
a
God.
Constitution saving throw for me.
Oh
Why
shit.
would you do this?
Yep, I mean, it's one of these.
You take 2 points of necrotic damage. as some kind of energy from within begins to feel like it's being tugged out of you.
I sort of scramble back. Ah!
Are you okay, Polina? What happened?
It ate me! I think.
What hit you?
Like, oh god. Fuck! It felt like that schmuck Kamir. You know, that sensation of energy being drained out of you.
I see. Something's going on here. Can I try to cast Detect Magic?
Sure. As you cast Detect Magic, your eyes glaze over for a moment, and as vision returns to you, the entire swamp around you seems to be glowing with a faint green color, and the trees slightly more colorful, of a necrotic hue.
Do I recognize this as
energy.
necrotic?
You are
Magic?
very familiar with necrotic magic, yes.
Guys, this whole area is reeking with necrotic magic.
Wait, hold on. When I said this was a necromancer's way, Paluna just facepalms. Why did I have to speak it?
You think we're on the right path? Remember those creatures in the Feywild?
Yeah? Which one exactly are you talking about?
You know, the goblin and the hag or Furbolg or whatever it was?
Oh yeah, those. The witches.
Yes.
So it means we're getting close then, yeah?
I think so.
This is... I hate to be the one saying this, understanding that I am an elf after all, but this is the kind of forest I would mark as an abomination.
Hmm.
It's an unlife forest. It exists to thrive on death. Well, most of nature does in one way or another, but you know what I mean.
Yes, I mean, can we get around this part? We're looking for a
Well,
city, right? Or some village?
Valentina, can you navigate us through the places where the necrotic energy is weakest?
Yes. I take the lead and try to follow a path where I don't see this necrotic energy.
The necrotic energy is emanating all around you, but there is definitely some swaying paths throughout the swarm where there doesn't seem to be any protrusion of tree or spores of mushrooms or whatever you might be looking out for in this moment. So you keep guiding your party throughout these swampy. What? Hi, moment ruined. My name Mickey. Keep navigating throughout the swarm and dodging out of ways that you may see energy emanating more than other places. It takes a good while, and you're starting to feel slightly drained from this moment, or this trek throughout this rough terrain, as we are now headed into that all terrain is considered rough in this moment. Movement speed is halved. And while you continue to trek through, more of these trees begin to appear, and sometimes 2 or 3 next to each other, and patches of moss have grown over this swamp. And as you try to step onto one of them, it definitely sways, so the It's still a muddy, liquidy terrain underneath, but there is a somewhat sturdy layer of moss growing across one of these small peaks protruding. And in the distance, you once again hear the echoing louder and for a longer time. All the carcasses that you see around you all seem to be leading in that direction of the rumbling, somewhat in a straight line for that sound before having been consumed by the swamp. And in the distance, you begin to see peaks of something.
Peaks of something?
Peaks of something.
With the helmet of Farsight, can I identify what those peaks are?
I should put on the helmet once again and look ahead. They seem to be rooftops.
Guys, we've got civilization ahead.
That must be Ardren.
Good job, good job.
I sort of take my bow at the ready and say, now the fun part begins.
So, do we have a plan or anything?
Well,
Are we running
Usually-
in, grabbing your friend, run out? What's...
usually this is the part where I suggest we sneak in, we do something dastardly clever very stealthily and get out unnoticed. But, if I remember correctly, last time, these schmucks, I was sure it was covered at the time, they'd seem to be able to find me no matter what I did. They'd covered the whole place in some kind of detection charm or something. So, I sort of say, let's get a little bit closer to the city, and if I can see any tree nearby that isn't one of these evil trees that I can climb up in, I would do that. But if not, I say we might just have to pick a spot and go in hard and fast.
All right. As you approach one of the trees to climb it, make another Constitution saving throw for me.
No, I said specifically it wasn't one of these evil trees.
All the trees are evil.
And then I don't climb.
Oh, okay.
That
Make
was the
10
point.
Constitution saving throws for me as you go through the entire area looking for one tree and you're ouch, ouch, ouch.
Does it look like to get to these roof peaks that we'll have to go through this necrotic area?
Yeah, the necrotic area, while your spell might have waned off at this point, it's only, what, 10 minutes? 1 minute?
Damn.
10. So yeah, your spell would have waned off as you made your way slowly through the swamp. But the last thing you saw was the green emanating energy just continuing endlessly.
All right. About how far away are we from these roof peaks?
At head, there seems to be one house by itself on a large mossy path, mushy patch, and then further in, it's hard to tell the distance from here where you currently are. You're about a few hundred meters away still in the swamp. But you see that there seems to be some distance between the houses to begin with. And then there seems to be more clustered further inland.
All right. I will cast Aura of Life.
Ooh.
And I'll say, stay
New
close to me.
spell? Nice.
All right.
Only lasts for 10 minutes though, so...
Is that a level 4 spell?
Yeah.
What kind of shitty level? I'm sorry, but that reads like a level 1 spell, okay?
What do you mean? That's good.
Yeah, the problem is, that is a 4th level spell. It competes with things like the things that get to be lightning bolts and fireballs, big brother, and then there's that.
I don't know. I think this is pretty good.
Seems good.
Not
to me.
every spell is always usable, you know.
All right, so
I
I
most certainly
cast that
agree.
and start moving towards the peaks with my party, and
All right.
Hurry
Paluna,
along.
please make a perception check for me. And an insight check.
Luna would probably regain those hit points he lost as well,
Huh?
since it regains hit points.
No, that's if they're knocked down within your aura. Then the next
Oh, okay,
turn.
okay. I didn't read the whole thing.
stabilize. That's fine.
21
That's a pretty good
22.
average, Paluna.
Nah, it's below average. Ish,
I would say
right?
it's about average. I mean, it's about like
average.
it's about yep.
9 and an 11 together is very average.
Certifiably average.
Yeah, 11 inches is average, right?
Huh?
Huh? So anyway, help. No, as you look around towards the houses, you see, in a similar fashion as in the swamp, corpses, but these seem new. And even more noticeable, they seem to be heading away from the small town ahead of you. Some of them seem to be having ice spikes protruding from their backs. Others seem to have been slightly charred.
There was a fight here. Look at this. Ice, burns. Everything else was going towards this, but this was running away. And I hope I'm not out on a magical limb here, saying something wrong. But I don't particularly combine necrotic magic with, well, poke at the ice spike. That. I can't say
Yeah.
much more than
I think you're right, but I'm not sure. Yeah. Not sure what
can
we
I
do,
identify
or-
any of these corpses to be a Furbolg?
Make a survival check for me.
Mhm.
The only time you've seen something that resembles them, you can't exactly pinpoint the race, but you've seen something similar in Beer's village. From the two humanoids you met there. They're wearing somewhat the same attire, although this time it seems broken, charred, and with ice fragments on them.
This. I have a feeling that this cult we're looking for found competition.
Oh,
Look, I point to the style of clothing. Look at this. Wasn't that kind of the stuff we saw back at the Feywilds? On those witches? Look to Valentina.
I look at it. Oh, yeah, I guess. Wonder what
But-
happened here.
They were supposed to be the dangerous ones.
Oh, Beer is not one of these. I look around trying to see if any of these corpses look similar to Beer.
Make a perception check for me.
boom!
Looking around, you count the corpses too close to you. A few further into the village, a few 10 or so meters away from you. all seem to be running away from whatever. None of them seems to have a blue hue to them.
Yeah. Does it seem like they're running away from the village?
It seems they all have succumbed to their death while facing away from the village towards the swamp.
I point that
Well-
out to the others.
This is the fun part about being adventurers. When everything says go the other way, you walk in and see what's going on.
Yep.
Alright. I cast
I-
mage armor on myself.
Alright.
I square my shoulders and sort of ready up and go face on, clap my cheeks and say, are you guys ready to find out whatever caused this disaster to happen?
Yes.
Yes, let's go.
If Beer is in
Let's
there,
be
we have
fast about
to get him out.
Alright.
Let's stay
Once
together,
again-
yeah? Let's not spread out.
Once again, you hear loudly towards the city or town in the direction you're heading at the moment, followed by
How quickly could you teleport us again, Lord Reginald?
It takes 1 minute.
Does this sound like an animal or a person?
Make a nature check for me.
Oh, okay.
Damn, nice.
Sounds beastly-like in some sense, but distorted.
Hmm.
Alright, come on, let's go check it out.
Let's go.
As you proceed walking through the city, you begin to notice that, or not the city, the houses that seem to be more and more so gathering in pairs and in clusters. They're all slightly askew or off angle. It's not like a structured village or town that you're entering. You also begin to notice that there are crevices in the town, deep indents into the ground where tree roots are conjoining and gathering, and it just leads into pits of endless darkness. And you walk for 5 minutes or so before you begin to hear the sounds of a commotion, and you walk this distance noticing several more corpses of the same people that you've met, all with jagged eyes or burned body parts, or some have even lost a limb in one way or another.
What
You're
kind
standing
of...
near a cluster of houses, and you hear a clear commotion on the other side of the houses. Something similar to loud stomping, a bale from time to time, the sound of continuing back and forth.
I find, I suppose, like a house wall or something and peek around it to see if I can see what the commotion is.
All right. I would like for all of you to make stealth checks for me.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no, I remember this. I remember this.
6.
Not you. What?
Hey, that was a pretty good roll with disadvantage.
I rolled a 3, a 2.
Somehow I rolled the highest.
With disadvantage and the lowest modifier.
What is going on?
Okay. Paluna peeking around the corner. You see two entities currently fighting. One seems to be a big burly person, blue in color, wearing some kind of leathery armor. Please make a perception check for me.
Oh my god, oh my god.
Is it him? Is it him?
Could it be?
Would it be?
Looking, you notice something is weird for what a humanoid should look like. They seem to see fragments of earth on their shoulders, fragments hovering around them of earth. Their bodies slightly submerged into the ground. Not so much as in they've been dug into it, but more so that they're a part of it. Wielding their axe in one hand to the side, you see eyes covering the entire great axe. On the left side, you see a massive bear paw. And whenever this creature launches, it either swings with his paw, swings his axe, or for a brief moment the head transforms into what can only be described as a rocky-looking bear head, trying to gash or gnaw at this that you now realize is a elderly-looking woman at first, but then half their face is bones and skulls. They wear the same clothing as the people around you that I've seen lying on the ground dead, covered by the same ice and fire and earth that is now visible on what you come to realize is a very distorted version of beer. And this female entity that is matching his height seems to be lashing back and forth with her hands, wailing at him, pushing back, disappearing into the ground. And whenever she disappears into the ground, the blue figure stumps, shaking all the ground around you, echoing loudly throughout the landscape. The lady reappears somewhere else in the village, begins to fling what seems to be green spores that accelerates and latches themselves to the figure. Mushrooms appearing, causing the figure to cough and become disoriented for a brief moment before gaining their senses of what is left of them before rushing at the person once again. An altercation, going back and forth.
Is that your friend?
Yes.
He's
I
big
think
and
he's
blue.
Yep, and he's fighting an elderly woman that wears the cult clothes.
Here.
Probably named Mother Superior.
Come on, we
Need
have to go help
assist
him.
him.
Should we help him?
Definitely.
Alright.
One of those is a hero, the other one's a kidnapper of entire races.
Quickly then, quickly.
I'm going to kneel down and apply a drow poison to my bow. Well, I assume we're about to go fight, so yeah, I'm going to do that.
All
Well,
right.
my arrows then.
Start
Let's
running
go ahead.
towards the where they went.
I guess we should roll initiative rolls as we now enter combat, as you guys rush in to aid
Oh my god.
your friend.
Where are we positioned? Top or
Mm.
bottom? Or
You guys came in from the top, and they are jumping back and forth between these four houses.
Somewhere here?
Yes, you'll be hiding behind the house, just north there.
Oh my god,
So
oh my
when
god,
you
oh my
st-
god.
My-
This is so
my
cool.
God.
This is so epic and cool. My baby. He's back.
Oh my god, he looks different.
I look epic.
So, I think we should go ahead and roll initiative rolls.
Yeah.
me, initiative?
Boo.
What? What is my rolls? I'm
Aw.
supposed to be the next person. The best one.
Paluna absolutely losing it. Noted.
How to annoy Paluna? Just make his dice roll low.
Mm-mm.
There's a lot of high initiative rolls in this place.
All right. So, at the start of combat, we have good old Reginald.
I'm running. Let's see. First bonus action. Blade Song.
Your two daggers unsheath themselves and begin to dance to the tune of your blade.
I shout, "Hey, blue fellow, we're here to help!" As I run 40 feet over here. And then, wait, was that 40 feet? Yes. I will, let's see. What? Let's start. We'll start with a chromatic orb.
All right.
Just throw a little chromatic orb. We'll do. I don't know. Let's do some fire orb. Just level 1. 18 to hit.
18 just hits.
That is 13 points of fire damage.
All right. As this chromatic orb lands and explodes on her, she's going to turn towards you, seemingly unsurprised by your approach, and fling spores in your direction. I'm going to need you to roll a Constitution saving throw for me, as these ground small spores seem to surround you in that moment.
This is Constitution plus 3. That's a 17.
That's a 17. Oh yeah, you got +3 from
Blade Song.
Yeah.
Point.
So you feel that some of the spores land on you, and some seem to instantly bloom and become small glowing mushrooms of various colors, but you seem to resist their attempt of settling their spores into you, and they drop to the ground before you.
All right, that is my turn.
All right. It is now Mother Superior's turn. She's going to lash 3 times towards Beer with her claws. That is not what I wanted to click. For some reason, I can't hide the rolls, which is very unfortunate. Hang on.
You should be able to do GM rolls.
Yeah, but for some reason, it's not on the sheet as it normally is.
Now you can't cheat.
Right, like... That was just a /GM roll. And
Yeah,
then
but-
do whatever.
Trust me.
It's a bit more complicated. Overall,
Why? For some reason, when I open the character sheet normally, without having it being popped out, it's just white. I'm going to reload the website real quick.
yeah, it happens if you pop it out, then close it, and then try to open it. It doesn't work. You need to.
Okay.
I think.
Just having a moment, mate.
Definitely
Level
help, but
20
I
for
still
anything.
see the GM option. What happened to this website?
Is it like one of those NPC sheets?
Yeah, all my sheets are that.
It should be
are
at
you-
the top above.
Have
Yeah.
you joined this game as GM right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
I mean,
Above the name is public or to GM.
the buttons are just gone.
Lucky.
uh,
Roll a real life die.
I was
Well-
about to say, if you want to do hidden rolls, you can always do a command in Roll20 for each roll.
Yeah, I'll just use the default buttons to roll then, and then I just have to do twice
no,
the work. It's fine. I got this.
It's just something So the command to roll is /R, and to GM roll is just
Right, but that's still
GM
twice the
roll.
work having to write it. I'm just going to use the
True.
default dice in GM mode, and then got to remember what
Yes.
I roll, and add some math to it. Okay, so that's 3 attacks. You see that the Mother Superior figure slashes 3 times with long extending nails from her hands. 2 of the times missing, but a 3rd time it makes impact. But from Beer, Earth rises and blocks the attack before subsiding again. She's then going to use her bonus action to disappear from sight as she digs into the ground once again.
moves her off screen.
Hmm.
So that just out to the right.
Paluna, you're up.
Small deer, get to cover. We need something that isn't a murder tree. And stay out of here. It's gonna be a pretty dangerous place.
Oh.
And I am going to take up position over here and ready an attack
Right, you're going to
for
hold your
whenever
action?
she pops out.
Yep.
I'm going to prepare an attack.
Yeah.
And
Alright.
mentally change my clothes into something a little bit more camouflagey and use a bonus action to hide. I have a
Alright, roll
feeling
a
that
stealth check.
stealth rolls are going to be very optional here,
30.
but we'll
You-
find out.
You find yourself to be somewhat hidden behind the house. Yeah. At the top of
Yeah.
his turn, Beer seems to be looking around. And from him, you hear something. The ground shakes around you. I'm needing you all to roll dexterity saving throws.
Oh snap!
Dex saves, don't fucking mind if I do. The
Oh.
one thing I'm supposedly good at.
Uh-oh.
Embervale and Valentina, you both fall on your asses in that moment, but no damage has come to you. Just simply the shaking from Beer stomping into the ground has caused you to fall over. Paluna, you managed to stand your ground without suffering anything.
What happened to him?
Meanwhile, you see
He wasn't this big and angry before.
at the same moment, you see Mother Superior pop out from the same place that she disappeared, stomping down on her ass before quickly getting up again.
I would like my attack.
Go ahead and fire. With sneak attack.
Do I get advantage here? Since she fell.
People prone on distance
That's
to range
actually a
attacks.
disadvantage.
Yeah. It's only advantage for melee.
What about my stealth?
You do get advantage from that, so it evens out on a straight roll.
So I'm just rolling normal.
Yeah.
24.
24. It hits.
So she gets to make a Constitution saving throw. And take this much damage.
Nice.
Nice.
All right. As you see the arrow land into her, and you see the drow poison trying to spread, it just fizzles out into damp.
Are you
is
telling me
immune to
that she
poison.
perhaps is immune to poison?
Yes.
I should have known. Well, that was an attempt.
There was an attempt. I applaud you for using poisons. It's cool. As you fire at her, the moment she also sees Beer using an attack towards her, she latches an out arm in your direction, and I'm going to need you to make a Constitution saving throw, as Spore seems to be traveling and surrounding you.
15.
You managed to just barely save the attempt of intrusion into your body of these mushroom spores that latches onto you. beer is
Actually,
going to.
does she even see me? Considering that was from stealth.
She has tremor sense of a 60 feet radius. She can sense people walking.
I'm 80 feet away.
Oh, never mind. Well, you don't have to do
She
it.
ain't seeing shit.
Just undo that a Constitution roll. Then you're fine. And beer is going
This
to
is a huge
swing
fucking
at
map.
her. Hmm.
No,
All
I'm
right,
not
then
playing
reload
a
this
warlock
one.
that has 600 range. No, I just realized how funny this would be.
That could have been fun. Pew 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 pew.
Just
Well-
sitting on the other side of the fucking forest.
Hmm.
Ooh, look, an enemy.
A railgun sniper. Yep. See, Beer's character, she does have Whisper to GM, but
Hmm.
oh. You see a beer swing twice with his weapon. The first time he swings, ice glazes over the axe, and the second time he swings, it changes to fire in that moment. Both landing on her, and you see the elementals latch onto her and situates into her body, and she begins to bail slightly from it. And that's the end of Beer's turn. Valentina, you're up.
Alright. Do I have to use movement to get back up?
You use half your movement to get back up, yes.
Bruh. Okay. I'll do that and go this far. And I will cast spiritual weapon. And that.
All right.
Where can I put it?
I believe it has to be line of sight.
Okay. Line of sight. This is fine, right?
Just around the edge of the hoose. Yeah.
Yes.
This?
Looks like this area's got a Husing crisis.
So I summon it over
God.
there, and then it can move 20 feet, so it should be fine to move
I
over
believe
here.
bonus action to you move it as well, right?
Sorry?
I believe you use your bonus action to summon it, and then in consecutive turns you can use your bonus action to move it 20 feet and attack with it.
Oh,
And summon it at the same time.
I don't think you can move it on cursor.
oh, okay. Then, I will use my main action to... I don't know if I can do anything, I'm so far away. I'm just gonna see how many feet that is. Can I reach her? Do I have line of sight on her?
What way reach her?
Do I have line of sight?
Sort of, yes. If you aim like for her feety. Yeah, sure.
I'm just gonna see if I have anything that goes that far. Yes, I do. I will cast.
Che. Okay, roll for che.
Sorry, I will cast Guiding Bolt. Anyone?
Alright. Go ahead and make 21 hits.
Big.
8 points of
8
radiant.
damage. Alright. And the next attack against her has advantage.
Alright.
Okay.
And
That
then I
didn't
just
do
yell like, "Beer! Found you!" And that's the end of my turn.
Lord Reginald, you're up.
Next attack has advantage, eh? I'll use 20 feet of movement to get up.
To get up.
Let's
And
see.
up.
What is my most powerful spell?
Disintegrate? No.
Finger
Have
of
you-
death. Oh wait, it's necrotic.
Oh,
Did you just post the
Is
link in the?
I tried to show the spell description of Guiding Bolt because
Yeah,
I wanted to read what it did.
Oh,
Okay, I don't really have that many
here you go.
spells.
You know what always works in a situation like this?
panic.
Fireball.
Yeah, but it's not. Doesn't have advantage on it.
It just hits.
Next attack.
I'll
it don't
move
give a
up.
fuck.
20
Don't you get
feet
advantage
over
after
here.
the guiding bolt?
Yeah, but it's not an attack roll, so
Oh.
advantage doesn't do anything.
Fireball just hits things. It's a angry ball of fire.
Okay. I mean, might as well, eh? Yeah. You see the Lord Reginald, he takes like a fencing pose, points his rapier towards Mother Superior, and he vanishes from sight, disappearing behind her. Pow! With a
Nice.
quick flourish of his weapon, he does a Steel Wind Strike!
All right. Up to 5 creatures.
Yes.
Do you consider beer a creature that you would attack?
No.
All right.
So it's a bit of a waste, but it is cool, you know.
It is
Well,
cool. It's certifiably badass.
It's like
Go ahead and,
nothing personal, kid. Teleports
No.
behind you, stabs, you know.
Full on anime. Go ahead and
Yeah.
make a spell attack roll.
Attack roll
Melee
with
spell attack.
advantage. Click advantage. Yes!
Oh no!
Ain't
Thank
no
fucking
way.
God! Let's
That's
go.
insane.
12d10 damage incoming.
Nice.
All right. Go ahead and make your epic entrance.
Oh, please let it be some good rolls.
Ayo!
That's pretty
Ayo,
good. That's pretty good.
29 damage.
God.
Hey, 69, let's go. Nice.
69 this is true. 69 damage. Nice.
Oh, hell yeah.
You guys see Lord Reginald disappear and then reappear behind her and carves a reddish purplish slash through the air that just lops off one of her arms. Lands on the ground, still twitching. She looks around. Nothing coherent coming out of her. But she's going to use a reaction to cause spores to gather around you. Please make
Yes.
a Constitution.
My
saving throw.
brother in Christ, you Smash Brothers critter. It had the whole animation and everything. It's like,
It says 17 again.
That saves. All right.
Nice. Not done. Because I'm gonna use
that is
one
perfect
charge
time to
of the daggers as well.
All right. So 2d4?
44.
44.
That's another
Yeah,
9 points of slashing damage.
Nice. You're definitely carving into her and slashing pieces of fur here and there. Some of them are more fleshy than others, and others it just seems to be nicks of bones that you seem to carve off cleanly.
Yeah.
All right.
One sec. Mm. That's it. Yeah. Don't want to get any more time.
All right.
So,
At the start of her turn, I'm gonna need Beer and Lord Reginald to roll dexterity saving throws for me. As vines in a 30 feet radius around her begin to grow from the ground, white, tree, bony vines that try to latch onto you.
oh boy. 12.
That's a fail, and that's a fail for Beer as well.
no.
Both of you take 7 points of necrotic damage as these vines latches onto you, and you have 0 movement for now.
Okay.
After being calmed, brutally maimed by you, she lets out a loud wail that pierces your minds without anything happening. But as you look down at her or up at her, you see bones begin to growing on her, forming an outer casing of her. She seems to have gained some defenses in some way. She's looking at Beer, she's looking at you. She's going to strike twice as Beer and once at you, with claws that seem to be emanating green liquid.
With what arm? I got it off.
There's another one. They have 2 arms in this
Dang it.
economy. So that's a nat 1 and a nat 20 on Beer, and a 16 on you lot, Reginald.
That misses.
Alright.
Actually, I would like to remind you that Beer can't be crit. Yeah.
He can't be crit. Right, adamantite armor. So that's
kidding,
just a straight roll.
I'm kidding.
Mm. No, he's still wearing that adamantite armor. So that makes
Hell
sense.
yeah. Yeah.
Good looking out for yourself.
Yeah.
Which might be for the better, because this would have been 19 doubled plus 5. So that's 43 damage, but it's now 24 damage. And it's then half because he's in a state of rage at the moment. Right, I forgot how tanky Beer is. We should delete him. Where's delete the... No, and that's the end of her turn. Paluna, you're up.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I attack with the stealth.
With the stealth? Go ahead and
Therefore,
make...
advantage.
Plus you also have an ally in melee with him. Do you want your triple advantage? Asking for a friend?
Oh yes.
Good, because that make that a miss into a hit. Alright, go ahead
but
and
when
make...
miss hits.
24 points of damage.
Wait, didn't I just do this?
Yes, I think that is the exact same roll.
Hello?
Curious.
Is this bug bag?
It's a simulation.
Just a control roll. This isn't real. Okay,
No,
good.
no,
I can
yeah.
do something else than 24 damage.
Just checking out.
I just wanted to be sure.
I've like Vietnam flashbacks to Lucian's fucking martial attack rolls. That was always
bro.
fucking 4. 4.
Ah, depression. Alright.
And I'm going... I assume I need to do another stealth check?
Yes. As you hit her, you notice that the arrow situates itself inside some of the bony armor that has recently grown from her, and it doesn't make the same level of impact as you expected.
Yeah, I mean...
And she's going to use one of her legendary actions.
Oh no.
She's going to look over at
Absolutely fucking me.
Beer. You see an intense staring at Beer in that brief moment as she's struck by the arrow. And Beer, for a moment, as if seeing straight through her, walks forward and swings at Reginald, making a forced attack at him.
Oh, how the turntables, your own creations.
Oh no.
So that's 22 to hit.
I will use my Ring of Shield.
Alright. You shield
And then
yourself.
it will miss.
As the axe lodges itself into invisible force shield, you see both fire and ice protrude from the blade of it, fighting against the shield that you have erected recently. Is that in your turn, Paluna?
I mean, the person playing Paluna know he's not hidden anymore, and is very tempted to start using movement to hide him. But the Paluna would believe in his abilities, and therefore stays right at this corner of the house, believing he has a superior advantage. I do have a bonus action on the other hand left. The real question is, what the fuck am I doing with it? Do I have anything to do with it? I'm out of poisons. I don't really have a reason to use a healing potion. No. No, Batman. That's it. Yeah. Turns over.
All right.
That is the
turn.
only smart thing I can think of doing. Yep.
All right. Beer's turn. In that moment, as Beer has struck against your force shield, you would imagine that he would turn around back at Mother Superior. But he seems to be raising his axe once again, trying to hit you, Lord Reginald, swinging twice at you. For a 21 and a 19.
Both miss.
Both miss. Once again, as both swings hits you, ice and fire forms at the blade, and a seemingly frustrating roll. Something completely incoherent.
Don't hit me, you fool! I'm the one that's helping you!
Valentina, you're up.
Right. I'll go down there. And I'll yell to Beer like, don't hit him, he's with us! And then I will... bonus action to move Spirit Weapon and attack the one woman.
Alright. That's a consistent bonk from your spirit weapon. Yeah.
Spirit weapon refuses to miss. No
Eight
force
plus.
on this planet can make that thing.
8.
8 damage. That hits.
And then I will... Damn. I'm so far away. Range... Question. My, Spirit... my Guardian of Faith. Is that... a medium or large creature? I'm supposed to put it down. Because it says... This description says a large spectral guardian appears.
Then it is a large.
Alright. So
It takes up 2 by 2.
summon that then. And it looks really, really cool. I
Okay,
summon it
super
and you
cool.
see this big guardian and it's holding a shield that has the emblem, the symbol of my Arkham
Epic.
symbol. Was that as far as I could move it? Let's see. Yeah. So it's creatures within 10 feet of him. Would have to make... I'll just post this. On their turns, I guess.
Dexterity saving throw. Alright. Does it distinguish between ally and foe, or any creature hostile to you? Alright.
Yeah. And that's the end of my turn.
Alright. Lord Reginald, you're on.
I'm rooted, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm rooting for it. Go Red, go! Go Red, you go!
Can I question Misty Step out of it?
Yes.
Cool. Then first I will I'll just firstly attack with my rapier.
All right.
The standard attack. I guess I don't get advantage, right? No.
No,
That is an 18 to hit.
that just hits.
That's 12 points of piercing damage.
I'll allow it.
Then I will.
Doesn't he have advantage considering that he's flanking?
With who? Yes, bear is not friendly to me, so.
Ah, fair enough.
Did he attack me? I don't know. Then I will bonus a booming blade attack.
All right.
So
Boom.
that's another rapier attack. 17. No,
That just misses.
that's unlucky. And then I will Misty Step away.
All right.
Bonus action. Actually,
Actually,
I will use one more charge of the daggers as well.
all right. 44 damage.
Oh,
Spicy.
pretty good. Another 12
Pretty
points.
good. The dagger seems to still be carving away along with your rapier at this bony armor protrusion on her body, but it seems to be cutting away most of it at this point.
I'll Misty Step to the. Okay.
All right. Is that the
That
end of
is
your
my
turn?
turn. Yes.
All right.
Mark off a spell.
At the top of Mother Superior's turn, she's going to turn towards Beer, who you see has poison protrusions on his body. And she's going to snap her finger with her remaining hand, and you see the mushrooms begins to pop all over his body, and he seems to be taking some severe damage from it, both from gas he inhales and also from where the mushrooms were. There are now gaping wounds. Then she's going to attack 3 times and deal. Let's see if he actually hits. That's a nat 20 again. Thank God you reminded me he's immune. And that is this double work I have to do now. Oh my God. All right. You see her carve into his flesh with this kind of greenish liquid spraying all over from where he's been carved. He still seems to be holding strong in the midst of combat. And that's the end of her turn. Paluna, you're up.
And you ugly forest desecrating hag.
He does need to do the save for the Guardian.
Oh, thank you for reminding me. Because
Oh, true.
both
Oh, yeah.
Beer
Well,
needs to do that.
Oh,
well,
is Bear
Beer
also
has
doing
to,
it?
right?
Beer also has to do it.
Okay.
Oh god.
Please roll damage for me, Valentina.
No, it's just
it's
static damage.
20
It's
on
20.
failed
okay,
and 10 on successful.
All right. All right. And then it's her turn. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. So that's a 16. As I clearly just clicked the sheet.
Yep.
So that's also high.
We can confirm it's a 16.
Hmm.
Honestly, I'm surprised it's only +2.
Hmm,
For some reason, I thought it'd be more bullshit.
No, the bullshit.
Oh,
is
the
coming.
bullshit is in
So
Constitution.
she saved.
She saved. So both Beer and her took 10 damage, except they're both currently resistant to damage, so they both took 5 damage.
Okay.
Paluna.
Well, that wasn't Beer's turn. Beer shouldn't be taking the damage yet, right?
Right, he didn't take damage yet. It's coming. We just pre-rolled it. It's fine.
Fair enough. I don't have advantage on my shot right now, do I?
Nope.
This is what steady aim was made for. I'm going to use steady aim eat my movement on that. Then we shoot.
And then you shoot. Okay.
Okay, that is fucking appalling.
I pray that you're third. Okay. I mean, yeah,
There you go.
that hits. Those are numbers.
Okay.
Oh, what?
There we
That's
go.
sneak damage. Holy shit.
That's near
Almost.
perfect rolls.
Almost max.
Okay. Good.
So the armor pieces, the last piece of bone armor, shatters it and lodges itself inside of her. That is additional. It has math backwards. There we go. All right.
And I'm going to use my other bonus action to attempt to hide behind the building. What little I can after steadying my aim.
All right. Go ahead and make a stealth roll. All right. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, that's all my actions.
All right. Beer's turn. And in that moment where you anticipate the Guardian not to do anything, it seems to be lashing out at Beer, inserting its divine damage into him.
Oh no.
Beer is going to look around, asserting the battlefield, but continues to swing at the hag.
Is he doing a hack and slash?
He's doing a hack and slash. None of the hits seems to find anything to land on, but this elemental flurry is still swinging around him as the axe swings around him at the same time. Once again, letting out this primordial roar of unintelligible language. Valentina, you're up.
Okay, let's start with the Spirit Guardian. Nope, I mean the weapon on the lady.
And the lady? What a fine way to call her.
18.
18 just hits.
Oh,
I mean, why are you surprised? This thing only hit.
11. Damn, that's more
Yeah.
than usual.
All right.
And
The hag seems to have taken quite some damage at this point and seems to be staggering a bit with her arm still lying on the ground, twitching. She seems to be looking around at that moment.
okay, I'll go a little bit closer. There. And actually, how far in can I get?
Actually,
Not that far. Okay. Never
Just
mind.
imagine Valentina slowly clanking into Valentina, clang, 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 more several turns.
Ah. I'm just gonna try to upcast a guiding bolt at level 2 at her. 21?
what did you upcast it to?
Level 2.
Okay. Yep, that hits. 15 points of damage. Most appears now glowing with this grey translucent hue. Next attack has advantage on that.
Alright. And I used to spell
Now that
enter.
you're within range, she's going to use a reaction. And you see these spores of mushroom spores surround you. I'm going to need you to make a constitution saving throw.
Alright. And I have advantage on that. But well, no I don't. So it's 16.
No, that's in concentration rolls. But
Yeah.
16 just saves. So you find again the mushrooms try to protrude your body, but can't seem to plant their spores within you. And they just fall to the ground.
Alright.
Alright. Lord Reginald, you're up.
Yes. I will cast Chromatic Orb at 4th level.
All right. Go ahead and roll with advantage.
Yep.
Obliterate. Crit. Do the damage. I dare you.
I will try.
Oh my god!
Hey,
God,
yo.
That- oh
Alright.
my god.
Lord Reginald, the destroyer of fucking bosses.
29 plus 26. That's 51 points of damage,
Holy
right?
fuck.
Yeah,
This one.
there we go.
This. Well, there goes our escape plan, I guess.
I just blasted it with the fucking orb. Let's go.
Just want to put this image in the D&D chat of her having
Ooh.
50 health in that moment. So, Lord Reginald, how do you want to do this? As your chromatic orb finds purchase in her, and at first the energy does something. Explain to me what happens.
Well, I'm a specialist of fire, obviously, with my fireballs and such.
Mm-mm,
So you
mm-mm.
see this like orb, it travels into her, and at first it doesn't look like there's much happening, and then you see like heat emanate and from the hole that is like almost like a explosion from inside. It's just big blast of fire as she like splats outwards, like a big hole from inside.
The fire within her bursts and consumes her in that moment, and in the same fashion as the hags back in Beer's village, she turns into bones and crumbles onto the ground.
Hell yeah.
And in that moment, you see a pillar of energy surge upwards towards the sky. You all feel a pressure as this energy erupts seemingly out of nowhere. Valentina, for a moment, you can feel the pull of divine within you, but it's out of reach. Paluna, you don't seem to find any connection with it. Neither do you, Lord Reginald. As neither of you have consumed any artifacts.
Out of reach?
It's out of reach. The pillar clears the sky, and an echoing wail seems to continue as this pillar erupts, and the pillar continues to be erupting from her body. Is that enough your turn,
Pressure.
Reginald?
How was that?
Is that enough your turn, Reginald?
I'll look sort of like waiting for Bear to like do something. I'll just look at the blue guy a bit defensively, I guess, but nothing. Yeah.
All right. Paluna, anything on your turn?
I mean, the threat is gone, so Paluna is gonna start walking out and yell, "Beer, are you okay?" Gonna start walking out towards here.
All right. At the top of Beer's turn, Beer is looking around once again, assessing the situation. The guardian next to him is going to attack. And he takes some damage. Beer sees Valentina as the nearest target and rushes towards her, swinging his axe above his head, and makes 2 attacks against you. That is a 20 and a natural 20 to hit.
The first one doesn't hit.
All right.
Of course you have to crit me.
Yeah, that checks out, right? As she swings this axe, the axe situates inside of your body, and you take 52 points of damage as the axe situates
52?
and ignites. 52 points of damage.
Yeah.
Just scream in response.
Hmm.
Pierre,
And
what
that's
the
the end of
hell
his
are you
turn.
doing? Stop. Does can I? Does it look like he's going to stop?
Just seems to be staring with endless rage at you.
Fuck.
It is your turn.
Crap. Okay, I'm sorry to do this, Beer. You leave me no choice, and I will try to cast Consume on him.
All right. Go ahead and make an attack roll with advantage.
Hey, let's go.
With advantage, doesn't even need it.
Don't need
Alright.
advantage.
Go ahead and roll an attack roll. Or, yeah, the damage roll.
That's
Nice.
yeah.
nice.
I will save my yeah. We'll go with that.
You deal further 3 points of damage. All right. As the necrotic energy begins to seep into him, you realize that the damage is not dealing the full effect they would expect it to do.
Oh.
And you heal for 16 points of damage.
Only 16?
Yeah. You only heal for the amount of damage that you deal.
Damn it. I should have used Channel Divinity. Okay, anyway, I will,
Hey.
I will, take my spirit weapon and, try to bonk him with that.
All right. Go ahead and do the bonky.
Wow,
With
only a
advantage?
10. Oh, with advantage.
I believe 14 doesn't hit.
I can
Surprising.
confirm.
And then I will just keep yelling at him to stop. Stop here, it's me, Valentina.
I think Opa might have gotten that parcel he mentioned.
Yep. So we're just gonna wait here. Dum 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 ba-dum, bum, ba-bum, ba-dum.
Damn, I should really have used my.
Yep, I'm back. Sorry.
Oh, welcome back. Did you get your parcel?
Yeah.
Nice.
Mhm. All right. Lord Reginald, you're on.
I kind of missed what happened. Sorry.
Well, she consumed beer for
We
a
still
natural
fighting?
20, and we're still fighting. Because of
Okay.
rage.
Yes. I will try to polymorph beer.
Alright.
So, wisdom save DC 15.
Wisdom save. That's a solid 7 with advantage. What do you turn beer into?
Little bunny.
Aww.
As beer turns into a bunny, most noticeably you see that he continues to have earthen shards circulating him and still seems to be partially above the ground, even jumping around as a bunny.
That's my turn.
Alright. Paluna.
Luna shouts out loud, "Small beer!" Need you to start calling out to Beer to snap him out of his rage. You can't tell friend from foe.
Alright. And as you say that, next to you pops up Small Beer, or you hear him next to you. As he's going to roll initiative. Slightly confused by what is going on at the moment. Why Beer and Valentina are fighting each other. And why Beer has turned into a bunny. What's next?
Well, so is Small Beer still invisible?
Yes.
Right. Then I don't notice him popping up to me next to me. Yeah, and I mean, Beer is a bunny right now, right? See, this is the point where I would have poured an entire flask of fucking drow poison into the bunny's mouth if it wasn't because I used my last one. I still have like 6 turns of it left. So, if he starts fighting again... Paluna is going to run up to where their bunny is, not touching it, and say, Beer, remember, it's us. We've come to save you. Snap out of it, Beer.
Okay.
And other than that, I will prepare to dodge if he suddenly pops up and takes a swing, but, you know...
Bunny takes a swing.
Yeah, I mean...
You guys have an hour to plan something, so I'm gonna momentarily pause the turn order and allow you guys to talk things through. And move around as you please on the battlefield.
Well, I told you I was quite nimble. Did you see me there? Oh,
Yes.
I could have
Well done, Lord
that
Reginald,
arm in
but
one swing.
what do we do about here?
Honestly, I feel redundant.
No, you were very important. Don't worry about it.
Can I pick the bunny up?
Sure, it weighs the same as a bunny.
Yes, just don't hurt it in any way, or
Of course not.
the spell will fade. We have about an hour to come up with something. How do you think he would still be raging if I were to drop the concentration? He seemed really angry.
He didn't seem to recognize us.
Is he always like that?
No,
No.
not at all. Beer, do you recognize? Look at that bunny. Beer, do you recognize me?
Squeak, 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 squeak.
Aw, he's kind of cute. I start petting him.
Pounces an
Okay.
attack. Pops out.
As you pet, you notice that rock seems to be forming under your hand, forming a layer between you and the bunny.
Huh.
No, I mean,
I-
you guys know him best. So.
Maybe.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know how to deal with people who are so raged out it's out of their mind. The best thing I could think of, honestly, is dump them in the sea, wait for them to cool off, drag them out, and then see how it goes.
I don't think we
Most
should
people
drop
wear
him in
themselves out
the
in the sea.
There's no sea here.
See? Well, Reginald did say he had portals, right? Hold on.
I'm afraid I won't be able to cast that anymore. I think I'm spent for the day.
Fair enough. That flashy attack from earlier?
That's the one. Yes, yes, yes.
Well, I'm fresh out of poisons that could calm a person down. I have perfume, oil, and a little bit of this and that. Maybe some food? I think he's hungry.
I could
Valentina,
try
do
to
you
charm
know-
him, but don't know how that would help.
Well, I think charming him might be our best option. That or maybe small beer? Small beer? Maybe if you tell Beer stories of the time you spent together and the things you've done together. Maybe that'll bring him back.
Do I talk to the bunny or?
Well,
how do
Beer is the bunny.
Okay, well, okay. I can talk to animals. Well, I think they can understand me. Yeah.
And I have one more long shot, Valentina. Beer was very devout man, right?
Yes.
Do you think you could pray to his god in his stead? Try and somehow get a connection, or I don't know,
I
tell
guess
him
I
to
can-
help?
I could try.
And, well, my only own resort is... I mean, I don't have anything.
I mean, I don't know his god very well. He told me a little bit about him, but
Didn't Beer used to have sort of like a flower thing?
yes. I don't know if we can find his belongings now that he's a bunny.
Do I see any flowers around?
Nothing. Well, you see the fey-like flowers that are sprouted all around on the buildings and trees and stuff, but
I go grab one that matches the closest to Beer and say, well, does this look like one of them, right?
all right, go ahead
Hand
and
it
make a
to
Constitution
Valentina.
saving throw for me.
You motherfucker.
You take 4 points of necrotic damage.
Oh. Fuck.
So
If worst comes to worst, we're gonna have to slug it out with him.
you continue to hold the flower. Oh,
Well, I was giving it to Valentina.
all right,
Okay, I hold the
Valentina?
flower, and I have a necrotic resistance.
go ahead and roll a Constitution saving throw. You save, so you take 2 points, half to 1. You take 1 point of necrotic damage.
All right.
You think that flower will work? It stinks a little.
I'll do my best. I just hold the flower and close my eyes, and I guess I hold flower in one hand and beer in the other, and I close my eyes and I say, Oberon, are you there? Wait, Oberon, Beer is in trouble. He doesn't recognize us. How do we help him? Can you help him?
Make a religion check for me. You're definitely certain you said a prayer. But no response and nothing happens.
I don't feel anything.
Luna just looks lost.
Hmm.
Honestly, maybe you guys can do something, but other than that, I think we just have to beat him until he blacks out. If he's going to stay in this rage.
He
Actually,
hits hard.
I run over to scrounge through the corpse of Mother Superior to see if I can find anything.
There is still a massive light pillar erecting from her body. She doesn't seem to have anything visibly on her, but her hand is still lying on the ground, moving, twitching.
I'm gonna go to that hand and see what's going on there.
Make a wisdom saving throw for me. I should pick it up.
Yeah?
The moment you pick up the hand, images begin to flash before your eyes. This time, you see from Mother Superior's perspective, looming over at that point, a beard that is smaller than her, a beard that is more recognizable to you. You see her pulling out things from a satchel and forcefully push them into Beer's chest, one after another, while laughing.
Does it look like artifacts?
They are definitely objects of various kinds, that they seem to disappear into his chest in the same way that you yourself have witnessed your party members consume artifacts. Though a more visceral way that she's doing it.
My head! Ah!
What's going on, Kaluna?
She pushed. I saw her do. Saw a vision. This is becoming a reoccurring trend. She was pushing something into Beer. Objects, various kinds, into him, like pushed him in while laughing. I think she might have force-fed him artifacts.
Oh no.
Is that why he's like this? The way you described him before doesn't really, sound like the way he's looking now. Think that could have changed him?
Absolutely. We were warned about artifacts can have bad effects on a person.
Remember that whole region that turned into summer and winter every day? Because two artifacts were conflicting?
Do you think he has conflicting artifacts? Can I try to sense any artifacts within this bunny? Maybe some divine, because I know he uses elemental.
Make a religion check. You sense, you try to connect with whatever energies are within Beer, and you only feel energies conflicting with your own.
Okay, so what's the plan? I mean, I could charm him, but there's no way of telling that will work.
Talk to him, but if he's still raging, he will just attack us.
Would Lord Reginald know of barbarians and how their rage works?
They are not common within Tyr Sanctum, so I would say a history check, but the DC is 20.
Come on!
Unfortunate, barbarians are seldomly allowed within Tyr Sanctum. Their ways of acting are too barbaric, ironically.
Yeah, it's a bit too unsophisticated.
I guess
Okay, so
it's the best.
I have an insane gamble. I take out my Mode of Implosion. This is an artifact of the cold. We might be able to stabilize him with elemental artifacts, but that could also just make the situation worse.
Let's keep that as a last resort kind of thing, okay?
Also, I point to the giant pillar of light on the arm next to me. Maybe we can use that somehow.
Is it safe? What
Nope,
is it?
but if this goes wrong, pull me out, and I step into the pillar of light.
You step into the pillar of light.
Yes.
All right. As you step in, you feel a power trying to invade your body. A very perverted, twisted power that you seem to have had a contact with in the past when you picked up the eyeball from the hags in Beer's village. Now I'm going to need you to roll a wisdom saving throw. And the DC is 20.
Damn it.
Poluna passes out in the pillar.
Oh no, Luna. I run over to him and
Yeah.
try to pull him out of the pillar.
Easy enough. You find one part of him you can start pulling out, and there is no resistance from the pillar of light. But the pillar of light disperses in that moment.
Do I feel any of the previous divine energy?
Make another relating check for me.
Natural 20?
You sense within Poluna a divine energy far outmatching your own.
What? Does he look... Is he breathing?
Make a medicine check for me. You find a pulse? A healthy pulse. He is very much alive.
Do I recognize this as some similarity, since I have previously passed out after consuming and then woken up again?
The last time you experienced this was when the nature of your very being changed.
Oh shit.
Very much
tried
like
to-
the 2 times when you became a Dhampir and when you became a vampire once again.
I tried to shake him. Poluna, wake up!
Nothing happens.
Oh,
What
no.
an idiot!
Just thought we needed more
Why
trouble.
would you do Oh my god.
Here, I hand
As
the
if
bunny
we didn't
over
have
to
enough
Lord
problems
Reginald.
already.
Hold on to beer, bunny.
What am I supposed
beer.
to do with him?
Just make sure he doesn't escape.
Squeak it, squeak it.
Sure.
He had a pulse, he said. He's not missing health as far as I can tell. Like, he's not bleeding or anything.
Hmm. Correct. He's very much alive.
I'll just kneel down next to him and just continue shaking him. Damn it, Poluna, wake up!
Nothing happens. And time ticks. So far, you've spent about 5 minutes throughout this interaction.
Oh god. I will try... Lesser Restoration?
You cast Lesser Restoration, blah, blah, and you find the spell takes hold. But you feel like you might need more, something more powerful to have an effect.
But I don't have diamond dust. I will try... Remove curse.
You find that the spell tries to take hold, but you need something more powerful.
Oh, why
This
is he not
so
waking
bad.
up,
This is so
Valentina?
bad.
God-
Do you happen to have any diamond dust on you?
I don't. I'm sorry. I have a diamond, but there's no way to turn it into the correct dust. Sorry. If only I could, teleport us somewhere safe. We could find it, but I would have to sleep, take a long rest.
There's no way
we
I
have
can.
What are we doing with this bunny?
Oh, I don't know. We
Do we
need
just
to get
gamble on it
Palutena
and maybe he's safe, Maybe he's raised out by being a bunny. I mean, the bunny doesn't look angry, does it? I look at the bunny like
Squeaky.
I'll hold out by like a
unusual.
finger in front of his mouth, I guess. See if he like bites on it or not.
Aside from common curiosity from a bunny that will like still nibble a bit.
Maybe
of
like a
us
little
and
nibble, yeah.
then- Yeah.
Okay, well,
Maybe his rage has subsided.
okay, hold up.
We-
Let's first, before we undo the bunny spell, let's get Paluna away from here. I walk over to the closest building and try to open the door.
All right. As you open the door, you reveal an interior of what you would assume a hex house would look like, though with some personal touches of druidic creations, like flowers and small flowers that are blossomed and sort of like that.
I take a step in. Does it feel okay?
I mean, aside from the eerie nature of what a hack house might look like, feels okay.
Okay. So I will proceed to pull Paluna into this house.
All right. With your strong, manly man arms, you pull Paluna inside the house. All right.
And now he's laying on the floor in there. And I will
Mhm.
say, stay here, Paluna. You're safe here. I'll come back for you. And then I close the door.
And then you run off.
And then I go to breakpoint.
Yep.
And then I go back to Lord Reginald and say, okay, so undo the spell, but if he becomes hostile again, do the charm thing you talked about, okay?
Okay. Can your friend fly?
No. And while I
We
talk with
could
him... and
technically fly up in the sky and he can't reach us. That could be useful.
yeah. Is Smallbeer still invisible? I assume he is.
Yes, his condition has not been changed.
Okay.
Well,
will-
let's try, shall we?
Hold on. I'm not feeling that great. I will drink one healing potion. A big one.
All right, you heal for 13.
Okay. All right,
Alright,
Smallbeer,
ready?
you stay hidden and stay quiet until we say otherwise. All right, I'm ready.
Okay. Here goes nothing. I'll drop the bunny like a bit away from us on the ground. I'll put it gently on the ground.
And you guys are flying in the air right now?
Not yet.
Yeah.
Just take a few steps back and then I'll drop the concentration on the spell.
All right.
readying like a charm person spell in case he starts rushing at me.
You drop the spell, the bunny reappears as Beer with his still elemental features on him. He's a bit disoriented at the moment. Looks around. Gets up on his feet and begins running towards you.
Oh no.
I'll cast charm person.
Alright.
But another wisdom save.
Another wisdom save that you know Beer is really good at.
Yes.
Yeah. That's a 6. Does that succeed?
No. So yeah, he's charmed and considers me as a friendly acquaintance.
Technically, it does it with advantage, but the advantage roll is 14, so I'm going to keep that. So it still fails.
Fair enough. I hold up my hands like I don't mean to hurt you. Take it easy, fella.
Beer stops off for a moment, looks at you, looks at Valentina, and swings at her. Because the target queen only considers you an ally.
I try to dodge.
Dodge, jump.
Are you a rogue?
Yes, of course.
That's a 21 and a 15 to hit.
21 hits.
Oh no.
That is a 16 points of damage. I rolled a nat 1 on the damage die for
Good.
Great Axe.
That one still 16.
Yeah, nat 1, Great Weapon Master, and his elemental infused effect. All of these are tools that Beer had at his disposal before.
I mean, I'm not saying I built an OP character, but that's pretty strong.
Can I use my boots and just fly up in the air so he can't reach me?
It is you now.
Yeah.
So yes, you can use your bonus action to fly up.
Okay, and then
As you leave his attack range, he's going to make an attack of opportunity at you. That is an 18 to hit.
misses.
Alright. Swings wide. You manage to escape his attack range.
Does what he's saying make any sense? Do you recognize what language it is?
Does any of you speak Primordial?
No.
No.
Oh, okay. No, nothing makes sense.
I'm just gonna read one of my new spells to see if I can do anything, okay?
Okay. Capital punishment.
In this episode, the party does the boss fight and then fails at the boss fight.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't really know what to do. I'll just, I'll try to use remove curse on him. So I guess I will go back within. No, that's stupid. I won't do that. Yeah, no. I'm just gonna use cure wounds on myself.
Alright.
If I can find it.
You heal for 10.
Yep.
Yep.
Mhm.
That easy. All right. Reginald, you're up.
He's standing next to me, right, up close.
Towering over you, almost twice your size and like 3 times as wide as you. Yes.
Can I like? I'll try to like inspect him or something. I don't know, like see if there's like anything out of the ordinary or something. You know how like some animals are like angry because they have like
A thorn in their
a
paw.
thorn
Yeah.
stuck in their sides or something.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Like I'll look for something like that on this guy. I don't know.
All right. Well, aside from what Paluna told you, Dan, someone installed several thorns inside his
Yeah,
chest.
I know. But
Yeah, you look around and inspect her, and I don't need you to inspect him. You don't need to roll any sight for this. It's very obvious that he has large, gaping wounds in his body. Some are smeared with poisons, and others are just puncture wounds, and others are residual elemental fragments from himself, either protruding or hovering around him. But nothing stands out like a "Hey, I got this"
yeah,
up my butt.
Okay. Yeah. Hmm. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Like, if I heard it, it's gonna break the charm, so. Guess I'll just do nothing. I don't know. Yeah. I'll just shout to Valentina. Just don't hurt him, okay? Maybe try to heal him. Maybe that works. He has some big wounds. I don't know.
Okay.
I'll pass my turn.
All right. Paluna, snoozing. Beer?
Die.
We didn't have enough problems.
Taking off the
Yeah, why would you? Why would you do that? That's actually the dumbest thing I've ever.
Hey, no hating for trying to do creative
No,
things.
it's
Okay.
fine. It made an
Yeah.
epic moment.
Beer is looking up at Valentina hovering above and just muttering like, "On to more some."
For fuck's sake.
That is turn.
Yes. Valentina.
I will take the original's advice and I'll cast Healing Word on Beer.
Roll healing. You heal him for 6, and Lord Reginald, you notice that some of his wounds are slightly closing up again. He still looks up at you angrily, anticipating.
I'm running so low on spell slots.
So that was your bonus
Maybe
action.
hide or something.
Yeah.
Just get away. Maybe if he doesn't have a target, he will calm down. I don't know. Try something.
Okay. I will go fly away behind this building.
You see Reginald, you see Beer tracing her as she flies around the corner of the building.
You can't see me.
Yeah.
Do you
Yeah.
let time pass in that moment? Reginald,
Well, it's my
anything you
turn
wanna-
first, no?
Yeah, I'm asking, do you want to let time pass as you stand there and do something with Beer?
Well, I was gonna. What am I? What am I doing? I don't know. I'll sort of walk in front of him, I guess. Like try to block his path a little bit and like hold up my hands, wave at them like, "Stop, friend! You're safe. Just stay here." Just try to dissuade him from chasing after Valentine, I guess.
Make a persuasion check with advantage.
We are friends. 17.
Beer, for the first time, looks down at you. Leans backwards and just lands on his ass. Holds his hands on his thighs. Waiting.
Alright. It's my turn.
Paluna? Nope, still sleeping. Beer? Beer's waiting, anticipating. Valencita?
I'll just I'll go further away.
All right. Lord Reginald. I'll consider
just,
it momentarily out of turn order so you guys can do stuff.
Okay, I guess I'll just sit down as well. I'll step back a little bit, so I'm not like completely next to him, but then I'll sit down with him as well. Just look at him.
You notice around his legs, at his feet, where his feet would be, it just seems to be earth slowly crawling up his legs and then falling down again, as if his feet and earth have conjoined in some way. And he just sits there staring at you.
I'll just stare back at him. I'll make some notes on a piece of paper, like what I'm seeing. Maybe a small sketch next to it, like the.
So I know that our character, but I just have a question to summarize the situation. Did we just go from a 1 hour spell CC on beer to fight him shortly back to a 1 hour spell CC on beer?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yep. So
I'll shout a bit like, any ideas on our next move?
Small beer. I shout back.
a small beer appears underneath you. Oh, not appears, but you hear him under you. Alan, is beer okay?
Maybe go try talk to him. Maybe he'll recognize you. And if he doesn't, run. Back here. Can't see you. It's fine.
Right. Are you saying this because you're angry and you want me to do you want him to beat me, or are you still angry about yesterday, or?
No, I just want us to get beer back.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'll try, but okay. No sound for a moment. Reginald next to you. Reginald, can he hear me? Can I speak with him? How does this work?
Try it. Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe you could even give him a smaller hug or something. Something friendly.
I don't know.
Try
Beer?
talking first. Try talking first.
Beer. Nothing aside from slightly looking around, looking for the source of the noise. But then straight back to looking at you, Lord Reginald. Beer. Are we sure this is still beer?
I mean, I don't know him, so. Yeah.
I bet Paluna would know what to do. Where is Paluna sleeping?
Yes, he did something very foolish. We'll deal with that, hopefully, after we dealt with this situation.
Can I chug some health potions while I'm back there?
Sure, chug all the potions you want. Time is passing freely right now. After a minute or so passes, Beer begins to move and stand back up on his feet. And begins to turn around and begins to walk away.
Guys, he's leaving. Should I
back.
stop him or?
Beer! Come back here. Beer, stop this right now. Go back to normal.
Okay. No. You cast go back to normal. It was super effective.
I'll try to I'll fly over to him and lower myself to his so I can reach him with my hands, and still kind of floating but like bending over, and I'll touch him and cast Remove Curse.
Okay.
Just
You
in case you
cast-
needed it.
Thank you.
Yep.
You cast Remove Curse, and you feel that the power is somewhat taking hold, but you need something stronger.
Oh my god. The only thing stronger I have is the one I can't use. Right?
I mean, as far as I know, cleric spells, yes.
This isn't doing any good. What are we supposed to do?
Maybe run? I don't know. Maybe your friend isn't
Okay, I have an idea. Kind of a
being able to
crazy
be saved.
idea. But no, maybe not. Maybe I could use. Maybe I could go to Darkmount and get some powder and then come back.
You could come back? How?
With the deed.
But how would you come back?
Oh, right. I didn't think that far ahead. Okay. Is Beer looking like he's wants to attack me now, or is he just standing there?
He's just standing there.
Beer, do you understand me?
Beer looks up at you. Just staring.
I lower myself to the ground so I'm standing on the ground. Is he still just looking?
A few seconds passes, and then he begins to lift his axe and begins to swing towards you. He's going to make an attack roll against you. 21 to hit.
Oh my god. Yeah,
That is 21 points of damage.
bully.
Bully.
Okay.
Hmm.
We gotta knock him out.
Knock him out, you say?
This hurts.
Are you sure? Okay. Are you sure? We're fighting?
Yes, let's knock him out. Just don't kill him.
I'll try. Okay. I guess I'll pull out the rapier and yeah, we're fighting. Voila.
Alright.
Yeah.
You're on first, Reginald.
Okay, I'll bonus action do a blade song. And then it's stab.
Stab.
First I'll do rapier attack. That's pretty bad.
That misses.
And then I'll do a booming blade.
Alright.
That's a 24.
That definitely hits.
And that's 12 points of damage for if he were to move.
And what about the normal rapier damage?
Yeah, so he takes this plus 1d8 of thunder damage. So 13 points of damage.
Alright. Beer is looking
And then, yeah.
fairly badly wounded at this point. You've seen Beer pretty bruised up many times, Valentina. And you recognize he is struggling a bit here.
Alright.
I'll also drop one charge of the spinning daggers as well.
Alright.
That's 12 points of piercing damage. Slashing as well. Yeah, I guess that's my turn.
As Beer is no longer charmed, Beer realizes what has happened to him. In aggression, he's going to swing twice at Reginald. That's
You
a
big man.
12 and a 21 to hit.
I'll... let's see. Yeah, I got spell slots left. I'll use shield as a reaction.
Alright, the shield once again saves you from a roaring axe of fire and ice trying to collide with you. Valentina, you're up.
And he looks pretty badly wounded at this point.
Pretty badly wounded. Fairly close to being on his last leg.
Actually, I think I missed it. I'll use a second level spell slot for shield.
Yep, alright.
I think I miscounted one spell. I did 2 chromatic orbs, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So 1 mage
One
arm,
when
2
you're
orbs,
engaged and
and
one
1
at
charm
crit.
person. So that, yeah. I wouldn't have any first level spell.
Damn. Toll the Dead.
Alright. What is that, a wisdom? So, wisdom.
Yes.
They 4 to save. Go ahead and roll damage. 2d12.
Pretty nice.
The sound of a bell tolling. Boom. Beer's vision goes blank. He drops to his knees and falls forward unconscious.
I immediately bend over and check for a pulse.
Do a medicine check for him. It's hard to find on his currently twisted body. While his humanoid features still seem to be the same, his skin is thick and it's hard to find a pulse beating.
I will cast Spare the Dying.
Beer is stabilized.
Okay.
But unconscious.
Now what?
Now?
I'll go check on Paluna. Just wait.
Yeah, okay.
And as you say, go check on Paluna. That's where we're going to end today's episode.
With Beer and Paluna unconscious.
Oh my God.
Oh my
And
god.
both casters almost out of spell slots. Let's go.
Yep.
The rogue was an idiot.
I mean, it's epic, but
I mean, so
also-
I did build. The whole idea with Paluna is that he does take risk. Like he does
Yeah.
say, like, "Oh, not knowing if he can solve the problem, he will absolutely go for a Hail Mary in that kind of situation." I'm like, I shouldn't do this, but Paluna
you
should.
can say what you want, but he's not boring.
Mm. Yeah. I mean, and if you succeeded with saving throw, you wouldn't have passed out. At least not that hard. But
Now I'm just worried about what Mickey's going to tell me happened to Paluna. Like, oh, you're the avatar of an evil god now. Good luck.
Yeah.
Or you're now a 9th level warlock because you.
oh, I'm not gonna make
Guess we'll
that
find out
drastic
next time.
changes to people's characters without no. Oh,
Right?
Yeah, you butcher
Sure.
bear, man. What the fuck? He's
You
unplayable
turned me
now.
into a Dampier for a long time. You
He's
removed
a
my
fucking primordial
divine
being.
power for a long time. And I'm a cleric.
well,
The DM is
You guys-
bullying us.
you guys have about a week's time to
Figure
think
out what the
about.
fuck to do.
Mhm.
So we're probably gonna have to like text each other during the weekend or something over Discord
Yeah.
to like figure out my secondary character just in case it becomes necessary.
Figure out what options you have available. Share spell lists with each other. Knowledge that you have about artifacts. Yeah.
Cool.
Thanks for the session.
yeah. Thank you. I wanted an epic boss battle, and while Lord Reginald annihilated my
Dude,
My
I was
everything.
thinking, okay, I did 69 damage, right? Imagine if there were 4 more targets.
yeah, you could have obliterated a battlefield with that. Holy shit. Like
I
you-
would have done like 276 damage.
I'm fairly
One-
certain you could have
in one
one-shot your
turn.
entire party.
yeah.
Like you could
Yes.
one-shot yourself and Paluna. I think Valentina might have survived with like 5 health or something. But
That spell is so fun.
yeah. Congratulations on getting level 5 spells. I regret it. No, I kid. That was so fucking epic. And then you
Hell yeah.
turned the boss fight even more epic with your choices and what might happen next. Cool.
Alright, guess we'll find out
But
next
what
week.
if we
yeah?
made things go disaster?
Oh my god. As
Never
if we didn't
assume
have
a-
a big enough problem for Luna.
Yeah.
Never assume the party is unable to fuck up the situation.
The situation was already fucked up, and then you just fucked it up further. Well done.
I
Percy
mean,
will figure it out.
I put on the sense of allure and something like that, and one of you finally stepped in a trap when you refused to go into my doors. So, it wasn't a trap. It's something.
Again, I'm just waiting for you to like type up the unholy paragraph of text I know is coming, and I'm just gonna be like, all right, so next character.
It might not be today because it's getting late and I have work tomorrow. But over the weekend, I will, or maybe even tomorrow. We'll see when I have time for it, and we'll see what you decide to do with that.
Alright,
I mean,
alright.
I'll probably play it. It sounds interesting. You know,
Mhm.
the atheist in this world getting hit with how much divine energy from a corrupt evil god?
Didn't know how to
Sounds like
develop
a
character.
very fun character concept.
It's interesting considering Paluna's stance and all that.
Oh yeah.
Exactly, like this is a great dick to me for the one character that tries to remove themselves from it.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll see you guys next week.
Yeah,
Oh,
thanks
thank
for
you
the
so much.
session. It was fun.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
See ya.
Alright guys, what a freaking session. I'm sorry about the audio issues in the beginning. Damn, I have no idea how we're gonna fix the situation, but I guess we'll figure it out next week. Thank you for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.